if he's not, that shit don't count because it's like way back in the day, you know, Tank Abbott type of shit.
It was like it wasn't even real. Yeah, it was like a homemade belt.
That's right.
Dude, what?
But Tank Abbott's a bad motherfucker too, but it's just two completely different playing fields. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tank Abbott was fighting other bar fighters his age.
Bring up a Tank Abbott.
You know, a little bit half drunk, you know what I'm saying? Teixeira's going in there fighting dudes half his age, who he's had twice as many fights as. He's been knocked out a couple times, and he don't give a fuck. He just comes back and, you know, so that's he's legit, man.
He's taking so many hits, man. Some of the fights I saw Anthony Smith the other night, and that was crazy, that fight that I just can't even believe watching some of these guys, the histories that they've had. When you watch the Poirier Oliveira, what else do you think of the card? Well, you know, I got there a little bit late. I showed up right when Sean O'Malley was fighting. That's when you started watching?
Yeah, Sean O'Malley fight.
Did you go to the fights?
No, I've never been to one of the live ones.
Yeah.
This one was actually at a titty bar.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, well, damn. What's it called?
It was called the Peppermint Hippo.
Ooh,
yeah.
Boy. Look, sometimes you got to give a big girl a mint. You know what I'm saying? To spruce her up
Some
a
of
little.
them need it.
Yeah. Blue Chew, baby. I'm hopped up on this deer jerky. Dang. And if you want your wiener to do well and you don't have a sack of this on hand, I know what'll help. True Blue. Sorry, Blue True. Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. That's where to do it at. They'll help you all forms of erectile dysfunction. I've had it. Couldn't even sometimes I would go look at my wiener and it'd be standing on the edge of a building. I'd be like, don't do it. Don't do it. Sometimes your penis needs help. That's where they come in. BlueChew.com, promo code Theo to receive your first month free. Sometimes you can have a whole pill. You could chew a little piece off. It's an online prescription service. No visit to the doctor's office. No awkward convos. Hello, I'm talking here, about my winner. None of that. All forms of erectile dysfunction, they help you. Ships right to your door. Discreet packaging. Sign up at BlueChew.com, promo code Theo to receive your first month free. Get your wiener good. You know, my happiness is often interfered with. Hell, sometimes I can't find my happiness. Never. People say, hey, man, you happy? I'll be like, I'll pat my pockets. I don't know what they're talking about. Unhappiness is everywhere, folks. That's why it's important that you get help. If you need it, it's important that you get help. BetterHelp.com. They can do it. BetterHelp.com/THEO. There's a broad range of expertise in different fields available, which now may not be locally available in your area. That's right. You got goals, they got goals. Timely and thoughtful responses. If you're not doing great mentally, try it. Just try it. Just try it. I've tried it. BetterHelp.com/THEO. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and TPW listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/Theo.
No, I ain't even into titty bars, but my buddy TJ Brown, he kind of was doing like a hosting of a party down there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cool with TJ, so I showed up, and I just wanted to watch the fights, and Buffalo Wild Wings ain't even got no food that's like real good.
Yeah.
I thought there might be food at titty bar. There wasn't, but there's titties.
Damn, that's it. Food for your heart, bro. Food for your libido.
Bro, I ain't been to one of them in so long, bro.
Yeah, I never
that
liked
ain't my
them.
scene, you know what I'm saying? But there was fights and all that, so.
Yeah, I got family members that have danced, bro, and like the one in our town where the girls would learn at, like the local strip club,
That's right.
had the ceiling was low in there and the stage was kind of high, so they would have to like go up on stage and duck down, dude. They were like ducking and stripping, bro.
Hey,
it was twerk heavy. Everything was a twerk in there.
Bro, this was actually the best strip club I've ever been to.
Really?
And it was the exact opposite layout, bro. The ceilings was way up, and these girls was acting like the higher they went up, the more they got paid.
Damn.
I ain't kidding. There's a girl hanging by the rafters. I ain't playing. She got up there hung by the rafters, and then she's doing some 360 spin shit on the way down, and I about fell out, bro. I thought she dropped on accident. She does a trick where she lets go, and then right before the last second, she catches on the pole. Bro, I thought she was dead.
Damn.
Yeah, I was going to do CPR or something.
Damn, yeah, I bet you was, dude. Like, hey, that's the wrong lips, bud. Wrong lips, creep.
Desperate time call for desperate measures, man.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. My lungs are up here. Riley, how we look on these cameras? Is everything okay? Are all our cameras okay?
Everything looks great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what'd you think of the finale there with Oliveira and Poirier?
So that's a great fight. It looked to me like Oliveira had more weapons in his arsenal, and that's what it came down to. Here was a telling sign for me too. During the fight, when Oliveira got that first takedown. Here's the difference, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oliveira gets dropped. What does DP do?
Tries to knock him out.
No, he lets him up, didn't he?
Let me think.
I swear he let him up.
Yeah, maybe he let him up, huh?
And it's just like, he is a lot better at the boxing, but this is in Poirier's mind. He's thinking, I'm gonna knock this guy out with boxing.
Yeah, I think that's his natural first thought.
It's his natural first thought is I'm gonna let him up and box with him and knock him out some more. I'm gonna drop him again. Now, this is what Coach Bryce says, and Coach Bryce ain't shit on Poirier. Poirier, come over here and beat my ass right now. And actually, I want to train with him. I'm not saying, but looking back at a fight, you can look back at all my losses and say, hey, you should have, could have, and I'll say, yeah, you're right. I should have.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's easy for us to sit here and say anything.
It's so fucking easy. But if, say we redo it, and I'm wanting DP, my dude, to win.
Right.
And I'm DP's coach, and say if I say it, he does it.
Right.
I say, when you drop him, get in his guard. Grind out that first round. Maybe you're not going to finish him probably unless you hurt him real bad because Charles got that guard. But do not ever be scared to engage on the ground with an opponent.
Yeah.
That fear will manifest itself. I promise you. And it's not saying he's not afraid of Charles Oliveira's ground game. That's not what I'm saying. But it's more like too much respect. It's like, bro, you're Dustin Poirier, and he's fucking rocked. You get on him, and you just keep fucking just wail down punches. And if I was his coach, I would tell him, I don't give a fuck how good his guard is.
Yeah.
You get in there and you fuck him up, his guard ain't going to be that good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so...
Yeah, I could see it being a level of, like, respect thing with
it was
Dustin.
It was a level of respect is all that was.
Yeah, he just has this, like... There's he has this mutual kind of thing. Yeah.
And like I said, he wanted to knock him out with the boxing.
Yeah.
But if I was coach, I'd be, Dustin, go in there, get in his guard. Keep him down and just win the rest of that round, conserve a little bit of your energy.
Right.
Then the second round, I believe that Oliveira gets DP down, and this is what...
Yeah, that's when Oliveira got him down and was throwing those elbows. They weren't landing like... It didn't look super flush, but I'm sure they were
Bro, they hurt, bro. When they hit you in the teeth, you could feel it because they were landing right here and here, and those elbows hurt. But he had a body triangle locked around his body, and you can do that every now and then, because to kind of recover or anything. But I think he held that body triangle. He was actually holding himself in that position.
Oh, and Dustin was the whole time.
Damn right.
So it's having to gas him out. Well, Dustin was kind of trying to keep his body close to him, I think, so he didn't have that distance to attack.
Because he didn't want his back to get taken. Yeah. And so I would tell him, I'd say, Dustin, open that body triangle. You cannot. How can you stand up on your feet if they're locked around your opponent? I say, Dustin, you got to knock this guy out, or you got to at least bust him up. You got to open your legs up, and you got to fight to get up. Now the problem,
because if he opens his legs up, then what's possible?
Putting his feet on the ground, planting them, and getting up,
and getting back up.
Now the risk there is that Oliveira circles to his back or grabs a headlock. But here's the thing: would you rather the dude choke you out with the rear naked choke, or get you in a guillotine on the way up, or would you rather sit and lose that round by round by round with that body triangle? And, I've done a lot of bad things in fight, but I think when he looks back at it, he'll say, you know what? I'm not going to do that body triangle no more. I'm going to get back to my feet if my opponent gets me down, because he was kind of keeping himself there in that position. But it all those things you saw was the manifestation of the over-respect that he gave to Oliveira.
Yeah.
And I say, it's one thing to say, okay, Oliveira's good on the ground, and I don't want to go to the ground with him. It's another to say, he's so good on the ground, I'm not going to open up my guard. I'm going to hold him on top of me. No, you can't be giving him that much respect. Fuck that.
Yeah, I think Dustin just loves fighting. So like the actual
He likes hitting
he likes
hitting motherfuckers.
people. He likes
Yeah.
get. I think that's his thing.
Well,
so
he's one of the best in the fucking world at it.
yeah,
Bro.
I
And
mean,
here's the thing: you get a you get a matchup like McGregor.
so if I was
for him.
good at it, I would do it. If I'm,
right.
if I'm good with a dagger, I ain't gonna tickle somebody.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
right.
like just because it's like it's not the same thing.
Well, there's matchups like for Poirier that I just think he'll win every one of them. Like the perfect matchup for him is Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
A guy who power punches, doesn't do as good in the later rounds. He does better in the first rounds, whereas DP does better in the later rounds.
I know.
So you get a DP and a Conor McGregor matchup. There's not a time in the fight where Dustin has to worry about getting taken down, getting choked. No,
Right.
he's in his element,
that's
and
a
you're
good point.
you're going to see him fully unleashed. But you put him up against a Charles Oliveira, and you're going to see in some positions more timidity because of that respect for the ground game. And I don't and this is my honest assessment of Dustin's ground game. I don't think the disparity is as big as it is in his head.
Right.
I think he was a little bit too worried about Oliveira's ground game. Like I said, when he dropped him, I'm pouncing.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't talk to him enough about the actual fighting and stuff before about what his mindset was.
He's good on the ground, man.
I think he was just expecting the third round it would get back up to the feet.
The feet, yeah.
And that's where it would kind of stay, and so he'd have and then it just and I think Dustin was most bummed.
Well, I gotta say this. My last loss, guy took me down, and I got choked out trying to get up. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on the other end of it.
So it's just
it's easy to sit here and say, oh, you could have, should have, would have. But my last fight, bro, I wish that I would have got up safer. If anything, maybe I should have stayed on the ground the rest of the fight because I could have won a decision possibly. But I learned a valuable lesson, man. And every fight, there's something to learn.
Yeah. I mean, look, I obviously have, I get scared of things. Yeah, I'm scared of something. So I know nothing, but it's like, it's definitely just, it's interesting to sit back and talk about it. And it's what we do as humans. We see what happened and we look at it. And it's like, I just know also Dustin was bummed. Probably he wanted to fight more. That's the thing, too. Yeah. And I think it's the same with guys like you. It's like, you just want to fight more. Yeah. Like, we got 5 rounds. Let's at least do 4. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even if you already won, let's do another, let's just keep it going. Man, the energy in there was so wild, man.
Were you there?
And Gaethje was back. Gaethje's just backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, it's like, who can I fight? Who can I fight? Who can I fight?
Oh, he's ready to go.
Oh, bro, he's ready to go.
And let me tell you why I think that Gaethje is a great matchup for Oliveira. Because
what do you think? What do you think would happen to Oliveira Gaethje? Because I feel like that's probably what's going to be next. I don't think you're going to see a Poirier Oliveira rematch because I think it makes sense.
Well, he could go make money fighting McGregor. That's what I think. He might just get that money fight or Nate Diaz fight. They would pay him so much money for that Nate Diaz fight.
2 punches.
And he's in a position, bro. He don't even have to worry about fighting for the belt. He's a fucking bajillionaire or whatever he is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's made him some money in it.
So it's not going to be typical with him. He's going to do something crazy, I bet you. You know.
So what does the belt mean to people? Because Dustin was an interim champion, so that's a champion. It's especially with the way the belt is kind of used as like it's a bait. They use it. Sometimes it's who's definitely, obviously, it's always who's great.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's used by the administration over there. It seems like it is like a...
Well, everybody's path is different, and I don't think that these people who have the belts are fucking built different than anybody. They had good circumstances, and a lot of them are great and everything, and are elite and stuff, but I put it this way, man. If I'm in a fucking street fight and I'm fighting for my life and there's one person I have my back and they said it's Dustin Poirier, I'm thinking, fuck yeah, I don't give a fuck what belt he's got, this or that. Dustin Poirier can fight anybody.
Yeah, I don't care if he's wearing a damn...
I don't give a fuck who it is.
I don't care if he's wearing a belt from Banana Republic.
That's
dude.
right.
That dude's going
I want DP having my back. You know what I'm saying? And, here's another thing, man, with that championship stuff, man. It's like, I hate to see these people get the belt and then they act like they're gods or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's, okay, McGregor, double champ, right?
Yeah.
Okay, DP ain't a fucking double champ. Okay, who wins when they fight?
Right.
You know who wins.
Right, so it's interesting. It's interesting what the...
It ain't all about that, and,
right.
And people's paths are different. He has a lot of fights. He had some rough nights, and, he's a championship fighter. I don't give a fuck if he has a belt or not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm comfortable with him having my back in any street fight.
Amen, man. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's interesting to see different guys pass. Now, Dustin has made, obviously, he's had some choices and made some choices and had some blessings where he's gotten to have a stronger financial side than probably a lot of fighters have.
That's right.
And do you think, how does that start to influence other fighters to do their own things? I know you got your music now that you got, which is cool, man. It's fun. We listen to Grandmother's Grave a decent amount, man.
Dude, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy,
That's actually one of my favorite ones. I like Problems in My Head and Grandmother's Grave.
What do I like? I like, Darkensaw I listen to, bro. Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Well, just thanks so much for listening, brother.
Yeah, it's just interesting that, where did some of that kind of like, do you see guys doing different things and doing creative stuff? And is that kind of what inspires you to be like, you know what, I'm going to do some of my own stuff as well? Is it just you wanting to express yourself? Where do you feel like any of that kind of comes from?
The expression of it.
Yeah.
The first song I made, it was just, it wasn't supposed to be a mixtape or nothing. I was just making it. I made it for my old lady, you know. And because we fighting over some petty shit, and I just wanted to let her know this is petty, kind of express myself.
Right. And
then she was like, well, that was really good. You should make another one. You should make another. Start fucking putting out hitters, brother.
Dang, baby, let's go, son.
Yes,
and
sir.
what? And so then did you match up with somebody to help you make some beats, or how'd that happen?
I got them all off of YouTube.
Wow.
And then I went to the Joker in Little Rock, and his name's Kev. But, we went up there and cooked us up a little mixtape.
Gang,
yes,
baby.
Sir.
Yeah,
yes,
Pasture Fire. You guys can check it out if you haven't checked it out.
Yeah, I put a lot of heart and soul in there, man. And
a lot of great lyrics, man.
Thank you very much, brother. And it's just
barred up like a damn prison.
Yes, sir. Got bars for life.
Oh, son, you in, boy. You doing a damn 7 life sentences on some of them lyrics, man. There's a lot. It's, what kind of time did that take?
Oh, the first song on there I made about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and then I wasn't really focused on it, and then I made another song and another one, and each song probably took a couple weeks to write, except the first one. The first one took like 2 days, and then I would just kind of casually work on the other ones. It wasn't like until about the last month, and I was like really like, okay, I really want to put this shit out there. I got about 6 songs. I'm going to finish the 7th one. I'm going to put this shit out there, and then I started feeling like that okay, I need to finish this. I need to wrap it up. And I got that feeling. But while I was making most of the songs, I didn't have any type of timeline. I was just having fun with it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's got to be nice. So it was just kind of a passion project. It wasn't like a...
Absolute 100% passion in that.
It wasn't something you were just waking up and doing like, I got to get this.
I knew I ain't going to make no money, bro. I'm fucking using YouTube beats and, you know what I'm saying? Like...
Right,
it's more about the money, and it's about... the greatest thing that I could do is to relate to people that watch my fights, just to relate to people. If there's somebody out there that heard, even if it's one fucking verse and they heard it, and they thought, well, shoot, I'm going through that too. And it's like, okay, well, now I got something in common with that guy. That's kind of like my brother. Even though he don't fucking know me, he heard my song and he heard my, and now we got this, we're going through the same shit type of feel.
Yeah, well, because music always connects people. It's the same as with, you hear somebody, it's like Eminem, you hear something, you're like, damn, that's my fucking
That's
dude.
One of my favorites right there, Eminem, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, that's my guy, man. Do you feel like you need to do stuff to try and keep your name out? Did you start to ever feel like that a little bit? Because it's tough because it's like you don't disappear. You're there, you have a great ranking. You're top 15, I think you're 10 or 11 in some of the rankings or whatever the rankings are kind of. But that you can't get out there and express yourself. Your expression is limited.
Yes.
Because you can't get in there.
That's what I feel fighting is, and same with the music. And, the feeling of people forgetting about me or whatever, it is true. Everybody, if you stop fighting, people forget about you. But that ain't why I fight.
Right.
It is this inner desire to express most of it's fucking anger, frustration.
Yeah.
And it's more about, all I care that is that God's watching me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that I have a purpose, that I'm fighting for something. Yeah. And I don't give a fuck who's watching. If I feel like God has told me to go in there and fight to better my life, to potentially better my family's life, That's what I'm doing it for. It's
Right.
not for any type of attention. I did not put the mixtape out for attention. I put it out, like, say I put it out anonymously. People didn't even know it was mine. I wouldn't even give a fuck as long as people liked it. You know, I
Yeah.
just want people to relate to it and feel good. It's just expression. And bro, I ain't made no fucking money off that. I put hundreds and hundreds of dollars into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about that. It was about letting that shit out of me.
Yeah.
And you know, it's been built up for a long time. And like, when I'm fighting or whatever, man, you get these emotions. It's just like the closest thing you could feel to like God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be fighting sometimes and I'll just like make myself, or I'll be rapping sometimes and I'll make myself laugh. I'll make myself cry. I'll get mad at some shit that I say. Like, I'll be in the middle of a rap freestyling in the car or something and just say, fuck, you know, it makes me so mad just thinking of that memory. And I'm like hitting the steering wheel and shit. And then I'm like, okay, I just snapped out of it. I'm not doing that for money.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's like, I'm letting this shit out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, even just like, you know, Dustin's probably the fighter that I know the kind of the closest, so it's been interesting to just, I can understand exactly what you're saying. Like, if you look at his early stuff, it's like it's just this anger. It's this angry guy fighting.
Yeah.
And then you see as he starts to get older and evolve, that you get to know, he gets to express himself in other ways. It's like you almost got to fucking get these layers of anger out of you so you can get to the stuff that's different. So you can have opportunities to like get your voice out there. It's like,
I hope my anger goes away one of these days.
yeah. But not before you have a few more good bouts out
That's
there,
right.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's
I
keep
need
a
it.
little bit of it on. Yeah. What else did I want to get into, man? Okay, so when you look at how do you see your path to the belt? You guys have an interesting, y'all's weight class is so interesting, just the way some of these guys are built.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like if it gets a little bit lower in weight class than yours, a lot of the guys, their body types are really very similar.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all's weight class, it's like some of these guys, the body styles to me look really different, you know, just as a regular viewer. What do you see your kind of path making it up through the rankings and some of your future here? Your path to the belt. What do you see your path to the belt?
I'm biased.
Right.
You know, so I think 2 more big wins and I'm getting a title shot.
Damn, baby.
Yeah.
So who could that be? So your next fight Barboza? Is that?
I don't know. I mean,
We're still seeing?
Yeah, we're still seeing. You know, I'm just waiting on it. And
Yeah.
I don't really have a preference. Just the higher rank, the better.
Right.
He's plenty high rank, so.
Oh yeah. Shit. Yeah. I mean, that's dude, to be entering into the top 10 rank. I mean, that's huge.
Well, bro, in my head, I've already done it a billion times. And like in my head, you're asking what's the path to the belt. Like, I'm already fucking champ in my head, bro. Like, I don't want to be arrogant and stuff, but bro, I am the fucking champ. If you ask me in my trailer when I'm chilling, bro, I'm the fucking champ.
Yeah. What well then maybe we'll jump off of fighting. What do y'all got planned coming up for the holidays? Are you still seeing the same lady?
No, brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all right, man. It's just, go our different paths, and ain't nothing wrong with that,
Yeah. And have you been dating? Have you been in the dating pool out there? You on the apps or anything like that?
Nah, I've just been laying low, brother. Like I said, I went to a titty bar the other day. That's most, I've even seen females in a while. So,
yeah.
But like I said, that ain't my scene. I've just been kind of training and whatnot. But, yeah, I ain't even worried about it.
Yeah. You have a gym at home now that you're training at?
I'm working on it. It's actually really close to being built. I'm building a block wall because I have to lean these mats up against a wall, and I don't have a wall to lean them up against. So I'm building a block wall. It's got to be 9 blocks high. I'm 7.5 of the 9 block rows.
Gang, baby.
So
wow,
it's getting close.
Yeah. We had some questions that came in. Let's get into one of our video questions. Riley, you want to pull one up here?
What's up, Theo? What's up, Thug Nasty? Gang, baby. First off, if Thug Nasty, I'm talking to you, man. If you were in the cage with a gorilla and a panda bear, over under how long would it take you to sleep both of them out? Let me know.
Oh, damn. That's an
Gang,
animal.
Theo.
Gang, baby. Thank you. Yeah, that's an animal question.
I would never sleep a panda bear. That panda bear would have my back. First off, let's get that. So
That's
it's
your
me and
sidekick.
panda bear versus gorilla.
Yeah, now we turned it up.
Shit, man. I'm gonna be like dancing around the panda bear and then try to jump on the gorilla, go for the rear naked, Actually,
a gorilla's dangerous though. Bryce.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, he might as well have
Bryce,
said
bro.
he might as well have said Tyrone Woodley. I mean, it's the same fucking thing. You know, it's like same risk there. You're gonna get fucking smashed.
But damn, a gorilla is so dangerous.
Yeah, that's
bro.
right. That's right. You know, I would go for the choke, bro. I'd have to like use the panda as the decoy. You know? You ever seen Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah.
It'd be like that. It'd be like the final scene in that movie, bro.
Yeah, y'all got to use each other. If y'all are in there together, that'd be great. You get in there, and then you and the panda you guys join forces. You know, like
that's right,
yeah,
that's right.
And then you guys go straight at that gorilla, bro.
I fucking hope Herb Dean's there that night. Yeah. That's all I got to say.
Dude, I got to meet Herb Dean, man. Dude, the other night was so crazy. So it was just a crazy night. So I went to the fights, right, with this guy David Spade. He was in Tommy Boy. You remember that movie?
Joe Dirt.
Yeah, Joe Dirt,
That's my
right?
fucking role model, bro. I want to be just like Joe Dirt when I grow up.
Yeah, dude,
man.
that's our president. Yeah. So I went to the fights with him. I sit down. We're in the front row, dude. Like Dana is literally like 4 feet away. So I'm watching him like sit there, like he's kind of watching on his computer, and then he's on his phone sometimes. Or like he had a young fighter, I think from Brazil or from another country, that came up that was sitting there watching the fights with him for a little while. This female fighter. Halle Berry was next.
I saw that.
Spade.
Is that her boyfriend that was with her?
I think that's maybe her boyfriend or husband.
Probably an actor.
Yeah, Van, I think is his name.
Yeah, I saw her there with another guy.
I think I couldn't hear it. It was a little loud in there, but and then
Is that
Tommy
the closest
Lee.
you've been to the fights?
That really was, because I'd sat in Joe Rogan's seats before, but I'd never. But this, I mean, it was just as close.
Plus, you got a good friend fighting. You know, that's
dude,
fucking different, bro.
I was amped. Yeah, I was so amped, bro. Yeah, it's amazing. I think when you become UFC's become my favorite sport in the past 2 years.
Absolutely.
I realized that during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Like, damn, this is my favorite sport. Like,
there's when you really get into it, it's like there's not other sports with the consequences or the rewards. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so like I can't watch a football game and like I don't feel nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where's the guacamole?
Yeah.
You know, where's the cheese dip?
Yeah.
I'm here to eat.
Yeah, you're right, man. There's nothing like at the fight. Just like, man, people come in and it's just this moment of like, there's going to be this moment of clarity. And it's such a euphemism for just life, bro. Like, you can try so hard and you can still be great. You just might not get the outcome that you want.
That's right.
That's what's pretty fascinating. It's like you see, because so many of the fighters to me are heroes. That's what I realized when I'm there the other night. I'm like, oh my God, everybody I run into, I feel like is a hero.
And your heroes die in the sport, man.
Yeah, and they die, but
sad.
it's like win or lose, kind of. They're still the hero.
Oh, they're still the hero. Yeah,
Right.
It's still a hero, but it's like that letdown is like, it's like when one of my buddies loses, it's like, man, I feel his pain for him.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man. Yeah, dude, I was teared up after Dust. It's like, oh, you just know that people want, that there's this, I think everybody at times carries like a storybook idea of the way they think things are going to go or they could go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you see so much evidence that it's going to be like this. Mm-hmm. And it could be anything. I might win a fight. I might get married. I might have a child,
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever things happen that God wants or whatever the way it shakes out, it's just not how it shakes out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just there's so many like intense moments it's like life it's such a fucking life that happens on those nights when you guys are doing those fights. It's such like I think that's where I can relate the most as a human. You're relating on a human level.
Yeah.
Because you're like, man, there's wins and losses right here. And there's dreams and there's...
Especially you talk about wives and children. A lot of those fighters, they really need that for their kids.
It's holiday time and the best deal in wireless is available. Wireless, the prices are crazy. $170, $112, $150, $109, $212, $240. You don't even know what's going on. You're on speakerphone with somebody, with your cousin, and your parents don't have any siblings, so you don't have a cousin. That's what I'm here to tell you about. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you get 3 months for free. Yep. The first company to sell premium wireless service only. No brick and mortar building. Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton. Plans start at just $15 a month. The best offer of the year is here from Mint Mobile. For a limited time, buy any 3-month plan and get 3 months for free. For a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 months free by going to mintmobile.com/Theo. That's mintmobile.com/THEO. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Theo. Are you learning a new language? Are you learning a new language? Well, Babbel can help. It's the #1 selling language learning app. The whole process is addictively fun. It's fast. Their 15-minute lessons at Babbel are the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. Get your accent better. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. You got a cousin going off to Rome. If your stepdad is going to Barbados, help these people out. Get them Babbel. When you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to BABBEL.com. Use promo code THEO. That's BABBEL.com. Code Theo. Babbel. Language for life. Oh yeah, one night I got to watch. This was at the Poirier McGregor and Gilbert Burns, I think, or Durino. Yeah. He was out there fighting, and his wife was sitting there, and his 2 boys are there, and they're like start punching each other, and then they're cheering, and then and she's like losing her mind, and it was just one of the craziest moments ever to sit there and watch them, like watch their dad and husband, and like all this crazy energy and. Yeah, dude, and then I kept running into different people, and then Dominic Cruz came up to me, and he'd been in a war, right? And he won, and he has on these sunglasses, and so I couldn't tell it was him, right? And I'm like, this guy, I feel like he's in the witness protection program,
That's
bro.
right.
He is protected up. And then we start talking, and I'm like, oh my God, this is Dominic Cruz, man. And I just was like, holy shit, this is my favorite sport. It's like, yeah. I'm not really thinking about the guacamole. I'm not even thinking if I've eaten.
That's right.
You know, I'm just thinking like, man, I don't want to miss a moment of this. Like, it's like you have all these arteries and all these veins, but then it all comes together for this fucking heart, you know? And there's just so much right there.
Absolutely.
And then there's so much respect between everybody.
Yeah. For the most part, there is, man. And that's my style.
Yeah.
You know, I do like talking some shit if somebody wants to talk some shit, but I'm not going to initiate it. You know, I would actually much rather respect them and all that. But I do like it when the people talk shit, because then it makes it a lot easier to fight them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess it is interesting. Like, do you think there's a difference? Yeah. What is the difference going into a fight where there's been a lot of trash talking and there's one where there's nothing? Does the motivation change a little? Yeah.
Well, maybe not the motivation to win, but I'm talking about the motivation to truly hurt the person. I think in my mind, you're sick if you sit there and like think about hurting somebody that you like. But when somebody calls me a bitch, like, bro, I can sit there and think about just stomping your fucking head till Herb Dean pulls me off. Like, fuck the rules, bro. I'm gonna stomp your fucking head. But like, if I like you and you got kids and it's like, I'm gonna think about winning, but I'm gonna hurt you as little as possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And there is a difference in that for me, but I think it can affect your performance, but I think that I've blocked out all of that, and either way, I think my performance, whether I like the person or not, is going to be the same, because take this into account too, that can backfire. You know, if you hold the coal, you'll get burnt. You know what I'm saying? So if you got all this animosity because this dude's calling you a bitch or whatever,
right? It could be his game.
That could be his game. That's right. So, but here's how I handle that. Okay, there might be a chance in that fight where you've already knocked him out or whatever. He's sitting there laying down. Herb Dean's halfway across the octagon.
Yeah, you get that extra second or two.
If that motherfucker called me a bitch, Well, we're gonna see if I hit like a bitch
Oh, damn.
before Herb gets there. That's all I gotta say.
Pre-Herb, baby.
That's right.
Whatever happens pre-Herb, there's about that Herb half second. And I wonder sometimes if Herb just laid back another quarter.
He don't like all the motherfuckers. He might just let him get an extra one.
I
man.
bet there is a time. I mean, not on Herb, but on any referee, if anything. Because I remember I even used to referee flag football. Dude, I used to work at like the student center or whatever in school. And so, dude, there were sometimes I wouldn't even pay it. I would call kind of just shit.
That's right,
doesn't matter. You can't help but lean a little. That's just nature. Right. What about this Woodley? When you see this, like this Woodley, Paul, this second fight, do you see the first one?
I saw the highlights of it.
Yeah.
I saw that Woodley rocked him pretty good.
Which there weren't many, probably. Yeah, Woodley
that's what I'm
rocked
saying.
him
Out of
once.
I watched the highlights, and it's like the highlight video was a little bit slow. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to go watch the whole fight. But there was that one punch that Woodley landed, and that's honestly all I saw of it.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, there wasn't a ton to it, man.
But man, good for him, bro, making all that money.
Yeah.
Fighting guys that ain't as dangerous as what he was fighting. Like, I mean, he's fucking really doing it.
Yeah, and he's been through I mean, that guy's taken a lot of punches over there. Do you think that he'll... The thing about Woodley, though, is you're literally screaming for him to punch.
Right.
And he doesn't punch.
Yeah, bro, and he makes all that money, and he's sitting there just like...
That's a good point.
I think that, if he was poor... He'd probably fighting a little bit different.
That might be true.
I mean, I would say so.
He might come out in a damn lazy boy on this next one. Then he might roll out and relax, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's right.
He really might.
In between rounds, they got that lazy boy recliner.
Oh, dude, it's a good point. What if he just walked in and said, "Look, I'm just here to count money. You guys are the fools."
Shoot, I mean, it's been done before. People throw fights. I'll tell you what. Back in the Pride days, that Yakuza was real popular. I don't know if you Pride, kind of that old school boxing ring stuff. Yeah. Yakuza fixed a bunch of those fights.
Really?
Yeah, a bunch of them. Yeah.
Huh.
Some mob activity going on.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, so what I heard would happen is they get you in the hotel, and they'll come up to you, and they'll, a couple guys deep roll up on you. Got the
Maybe
briefcase.
A leather sofa.
That's right.
Leather jacket.
That's right.
Somebody wearing turtleneck.
Damn right. A couple of them looking mean. They'll sit you down. They'll open up the briefcase, $500,000 cash, and they'll say, "Hey, do you want to lose in the second round?" And they close the briefcase.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, fuck, I'm probably gonna lose anyway.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know if I'll make it to the second round. I might lose in the first.
I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose in the first. I'm gonna trip on the stairs on the way in. Man, what do you know if you will fight in February? Is your data locked? Do we know that yet?
No, date ain't locked. Opponent ain't locked. It's just, I have no clue, to be honest with you.
And how's your injury? Do you feel back to 100%?
Yeah, I feel back to 100%. I mean, we won't know if till I get in there and land a hard hit. But if I punch like that again, it'll probably break again. So I'm gonna change up my punching a little bit, try to go for more accuracy. I've been training kung fu though.
Really?
So if I break the hand, bro, I'm good. I got my kung fu.
Damn. So now, what does that mean? Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna open hand on these motherfuckers.
Can you do that though? Can you hit open handed?
Yes, as long as you ain't like doing that. Right. As long as you're doing that, you're fine. So I'll break the hand again.
That's kind of like Connor. Connor has some of that.
He does a little bit of some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro. Kung
fu, bro. You could really kill somebody with that kung fu, man.
That country kung fu,
bro.
Dog.
Straight that palm to the nose. You already know that nose going to the brain.
That's all they ever said growing up, dude. If you hit somebody like that.
That's right. That's damn right, brother.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't even want to do that to somebody. I only do that if I have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in there closed fist.
Yeah.
If a hand breaks, bro, I gotta go old school kung fu.
Have you ever had somebody roll up on you that didn't know you were a fighter? That's tried to get into it with you? I'm sure in your area, everybody kind of knows now.
I mean, the kind of last scuffle that I got into was kind of like that. It was years ago. But, some people talk shit. It's, nothing too crazy, though. I would much rather, avoid a situation, you know what I'm saying? Because the consequences are pretty bad,
Right. Would you, if you're about to get in a fight with somebody and they didn't know you were a professional, would you say, "Hey, man,
No.
You wouldn't
No,
mind
I
that.
wouldn't fucking tell them. No,
Oh,
hell no.
damn, boy. There we go, boy.
I ain't saying shit. They're going to find out.
Surprise.
I'm going to try some new moves on them.
Yeah, surprise. What y'all's Christmas look like over there, man? What you guys got going on in Arkansas?
My papa's going to Florida, so I'm going to go to my mom's. My papa ain't going to be there. I'm going to have my aunt, my cousins, my mom, my sister, maybe even some buddies come over. But just, turkey dressing, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, fried okra.
And you bring anything, or they doing all the cooking?
I'm bringing that okra.
Are you?
I got that okra on lock, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I had
boy.
192 okra plants this year.
Really, of your own?
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. One of them's over 7 foot tall.
Damn.
I about had to get a ladder to pick the okra off the top of it.
Damn.
Yeah. 192 plants, brother.
Wow.
Probably put in, like when I got to picking on my best day, I picked, it was 10 gallons of okra.
Wow.
I filled up 2 5-gallon buckets with it. So that was on my best day.
Wow.
Picked 10 gallons.
And you is that one of your favorite vegetables, okra?
Oh, fuck yeah, brother.
Damn, really?
Love it. Yeah, I love
It's
it.
such a strange vegetable, man.
Love it, brother.
Sometimes I feel like I don't know if we're supposed to be eating it.
You ain't tried it till you fried it.
Oh, really?
Did you fry it?
Yeah, I've had it before. I've had
Now-
fried. I never fried my own. I think I've only
Are
had
you talking
it
about
just-
restaurant fried?
Yeah.
Bro, they don't do it good like Mama does it. Let
Really?
me tell you what.
All right.
Was the okra, could you see any green on it? Was it covered in breading?
I think it was probably covered in breading.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
Okay.
You getting most of that breading, you ain't getting all the okra.
Yeah.
You gotta lightly bread it.
Okay.
A little salt, a little pepper. Brother, trust me, you'll be an okra fan. You come over this Christmas.
Okay. Bryce Mitchell's okra, man.
That's
Dude,
right.
yeah, what if you came out with a cool... Yeah, what other things? Because I saw you did a car commercial, too, which is fucking hilarious, bro.
I'm glad you like that.
Dude, that shit is so fucking ridiculous and funny, bro.
That's right, brother. Hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just pull up a clip of it.
Everybody likes that line, I would have made it on time.
I love this. Let's go, boy.
They paid me to be here.
They paid me to be here.
I don't really care about them. That's my favorite part, breaking
That's
a window.
sick, bro. That
Actually came up
surprised
with
me.
the script.
This is cool, too, punching this thing, man. The whole thing is
I
a
came
good
up
setup.
with the script.
You did?
Yeah. They were actually surprised. They didn't. I don't think that they thought that I could come up with some shit like
Yeah,
this.
you threw their own humor on them, boy. Hit them Hit them dudes. That dude looks just like a car salesman.
Yeah. Isn't it so random? I'm shooting a 44 Magnum in a commercial just completely randomly. I'm shooting a fucking pistol.
And they let you shoot it right at the vehicle?
Fuck yeah, I was shooting a car. Look at that.
That's awesome. That's so crazy. And you got the beer plugs in. That's good, Riley. That's crazy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, what kind of stuff do you see yourself, like what kind of are there other ventures you start thinking about? Because I could see you having a cooking line. I mean, you got an
wanna have a
acumen
restaurant
for
one
real,
day.
a lot of
I do want to have a restaurant.
real creativity.
Well, thank you, brother. I like to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
Actually, I fucking ripped the box up. I made origami out of the box, bro. I'm getting real fucking creative with that shit, bro. Ain't no box around me no more. You know what I'm saying? I want a restaurant. Actually, that's why I got into cattle. I got 22 cows right now, which really ain't much.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't made no money off of them, but we did get this year to where the newborns did cover the cost of the hay.
Oh, wow.
So we didn't actually have any expenses this year, so that's fucking good.
That's even, man. That's even.
Yeah.
And so y'all are selling, are you able to sell hay off your land or no?
No, eat it all.
Yeah.
So we had to buy some, but then we just sold cows to cover the cost
gang.
of it. Yeah.
So, and how many cows does the cows have every year?
I think it's kind of like similar to a human, like the length of time it takes, you know.
Right.
So,
Would you come out there some mornings and they got one?
well, they're actually a little bit north of me. I've only got 2 at my place. We're about to move 4 more, so I'll have 6 at my place. But the 2 that I've got are mom and daughter, but
Oh, they're
they
family.
were already born when I got them. So I've never seen it. I've never had to pull one out or nothing like
You
that.
haven't?
No.
Get in there,
Not
boy.
opposed to it, brother. I do what I got to do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
look, man.
Shit, I probably done nastier stuff than that.
Hey, it's thug nasty, right?
That's
it ain't
right.
thug not nasty.
That's right.
I know, dude. Yeah, I wonder what would be cool. So a restaurant, huh?
Yes.
Now, would you be
absolutely.
chefing in there? No, you'd have to run the restaurant at that point. You'd have some people that know what you want.
I'm gonna be the chef. I'm gonna be the cashier. I'm gonna be the security. I'm gonna be the janitor. I'm gonna be the plumber.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be the construction work. I'm gonna be everything in this fucking restaurant, bro.
Yeah,
I want to do this shit.
What kind of food would it be? Just home cooking?
Well, I would try to utilize as much of my beef as I could, you know, because that's one thing I could bring to the table is some beef. And then actually, when I get more into farming, there's a possibility of getting, you know, some of my own pork, some of my own this and that, growing my own this and that, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's going to be a long time before I ever do that. I'll be completely done. I'm not trying to juggle a fight in a restaurant, but it is one of them things, like, that's on my bucket list. I want to sell some food, and I got some secret recipes, bro.
Dang, boy.
Straight up.
You got them. Dude, I'm sure you got some twisters hidden in your food books, man.
That's right.
What would it, yeah, I'm trying to think. Thugs. Would it be nice? Would it be more like kind of, what are you thinking, upscale? What kind of place would it be?
I want it to be inclusive of all people.
Okay.
That's right. Might even do one like a straight up restaurant, like some good fucking food. Just, I'm talking like fill you up type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then across town have a little coffee shop
Okay.
with some of these desserts. I'm telling you right now. Whoo, pastries.
Really?
Yes, brother. My aunt, she learned how to make chocolate pies from my great grandma, who passed it on to my Mimi, and then now my aunt's making them. All I gotta do is holler at my aunt, and then she'll show me how to do it.
Damn.
That's right.
Look, or you got to get your aunt to do it, bro. You can't be.
That's right.
You're gonna run out of time,
That's
man.
right. Hey, if I get some money, I guarantee you she would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ever seen the show Cake Boss?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Bro,
show.
I want a family setting like that.
Yeah.
You know, like that was my favorite thing about the show is like all these people love each other, working together, and it's like they're succeeding in life as a unit.
As a
You know what I
team.
mean? Like, I want that.
Yeah. I think you could have that, man, because you don't have any children or nothing yet, huh?
No, I'm going to make some.
Yeah, you will, man.
That's
Look,
right.
I won't put it past you, dude. The hell, this jerky's good. You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't put it past you. Maybe this turtle shell jerky is fucking good.
That's right,
And, bro,
bro.
if your jerky came in a turtle shell every time, that'd be freaking
You already know,
fire,
man. I knew you was going to get creative with that thing.
God,
bro.
that thing is fire, son. It tastes better out the shell.
That's right. I've been saying it for years.
Dude, I remember one time on the way to school, our school bus hit a big turtle that was crossing the street, and the bus driver, Miss Hazel, put that bitch inside the thing and took it home and cooked it. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Ain't
And
nothing
it
wrong
was
with
the
that.
biggest turtle our town had ever seen, dude. People
Feed
were,
the whole bus.
people were sending pictures around of it, drawings of it. People were like, look at how big it is. Just a damn sketched out
That's
freaking
right.
little snapper.
That's right.
Let's hit another question that we had that come in for Mr. Mitchell, please, Raleigh.
Hey, what up, Theo, my Creole cousin? What up, Bryce, my backwood brother?
Hey, brother.
This is Brady from Minnesota, just checking in.
What's
I'm
up,
just
Daddy?
wondering, is there any truth to the report that you're going to be fighting Edson Barbosa come 2022? I hope it's true. Cook him to the bone. Also, would you consider anybody from the UFC hopping on a track with you someday? I thought that mixtape was fire, man. Grandmother's Grave. That's probably my favorite track.
Thank you.
I
Gang,
lost
same.
mine earlier this year.
Oh,
Huge
man.
shout out to both of you. Gang, gang.
Gang, man. Yeah, that second part of the question, what do you think about that? Who, if there's somebody you could do a track with, who would it be, you think?
Shoot.
Who would be good?
I'm talking UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Roy Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
Riding around with Roy Nelson. My hard hitter.
Yeah, bro.
That song be called Biscuits and Gravy.
Oh, yeah, dude. Who's biscuits? You baby
That's
be
right.
biscuits. Yeah.
I don't want to be the biscuits, bro.
Yeah. Oh, bro, he's gravy, dog, for sure.
For sure.
Oh, bro, that would be so sick, man.
Yeah. That would be a dope video
Or
right there.
you and Derek Lewis.
That's right.
That would be fire. And
That's
that
right.
could be biscuits and gravy, too, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
Or biscuits and syrup, maybe. Biscuits and gravy. Yeah, Roy Nelson, he hadn't fought in years, huh? He retired.
I think he went to Bellator. He might have retired, yeah.
What do you see happening next in the lightweight division, kind of? Like,
That's 55. Probably. I think Gaethje could beat Oliveira.
yeah. Well, now, but with Gaethje is he's just him and Dustin. That's why their fights. He loves to punch. He's ready to punt. He was ready to punt. He literally would have knocked me out. Just like it's almost like something he'll do for you if that's nice. Like, hey, I'll knock you out.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like it's like a way to show express anything. You know, kind of.
I think that it would be really hard for Oliveira to get Gaethje down to the ground. And,
you think it would be hard? But why would it be any harder to get him down than Dustin down? You feel like
that wrestling.
Yeah,
that wrestling, and Dustin's done so much grappling in his life that he's been on the ground. Like he's not going to have that response that Gaethje is going to have. Like there's a certain point at which somebody's in on a takedown, and you have to expend, and you know, okay, they might get this takedown or they might not. But if I don't want them to, I'm going to have to expend a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Gaethje, he's the type of person, like, I'll give everything I fucking got to stop this takedown. I won't let you. Whereas Dustin,
you might let him have it to
go for a guillotine. I've seen Dustin go for guillotines. I don't think you'll see ever Dustin Gaethje go for a guillotine. Right. But Dustin Poirier is more comfortable. Like, if fight goes to the ground, he's not in trouble. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, DP can fight good on the ground.
But would it be easy for Barboza? Would it be easy for Oliveira to get Gaethje onto the ground? You're saying that would be the harder step to get him to
it
the
would
ground.
Be a stand-up fight. It wouldn't go to the ground, I don't think.
And then wonder what happens with Chandler in that division. Because you got that Kismat Mike. I'm not sure.
Kazmat Shemaiah?
Yeah.
Nah, he's a
wow, and you can
85er.
Say, damn, I feel like a damn idiot. Damn, dude, I feel like a damn idiot. Oh, he's 85?
He's an 85er, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry, he's 170. But
no, is he?
Yeah, he's 70.
Bring up the lightweight UFC lightweight top 20 rankings if you can.
But he actually had a grappling match with the 185-pound guy and beat him at grappling. You know, so he could actually get in there and hang with those.
That's the Islam guy, right?
No,
that's
Islam.
what I'm thinking of.
Islam. Okay, Islam.
He's 155, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he could beat Oliveira.
He's coming up. That dude's coming up. I mean, he's won.
Yeah.
I think he's undefeated, or maybe
he might. I think I've seen a video of him getting knocked out.
Yeah, maybe he has one loss.
Now, the video also could have been some dude like photoshopping it or whatever,
That's
like chopping it up. But I did see a video of him getting knocked out. Like I said, could have been a fake video though. I didn't keep up enough.
Scroll down some. Let's scroll down some. There he is, right there, number 4.
Does he have any
in this rankings?
Does he have any losses next to his name?
He's 21-1.
Okay, that was the one that I saw.
That might be overall. So 10-1. It looks like in the UFC.
And then I saw that one where he lost, but
bro. So who's he fighting? So Dustin would probably have to maybe fight that guy. And that guy is a pure. He's like a Khabib style.
Absolutely. And throws more kicks and punches than Khabib does. I see.
Man, so that's
crazy. I see him beating Oliveira.
Yeah, I could see that guy, because that guy seems like it's just like nobody's doing the kind of exactly just what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. There's like he's got so many spots where if he gets that fight to, like those other guys don't fight in those positions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whereas you look at like a Gaethje and a Poirier, like they're both elite level fighters, but they're elite in kind of the same discipline. Like they're both good boxers.
Overall, the same discipline.
Yeah, they're kind of the same. Not really. You know, DP he switches stances and flows. I think a little on a different level.
He's a little more fluid than Gaethje.
He is, but just the way that they box and power punch and kick the shit out of you, it's real similar.
God, it hurts when I think about it.
There's nobody in that division similar to Makhachev. You know,
right? That's what's interesting. That's what's scary about him. It's like when somebody brings something to something that shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, damn, he's the only one that's got this thing.
Exactly.
You know, like people's eating dessert and somebody brings in a damn
chocolate pecan pie.
Yeah, somebody bringing a chocolate pecan. Like if everybody's having ice cream and one dude rolls up with a chocolate pecan pie,
everybody's gonna be fighting over that shit.
People gonna be at least looking over at him and be like, "Damn, he got that."
That's right.
He got that. What do you think could happen with Cody Garbrandt? That shit broke my heart, man.
Hey, dude, me too, man. Because I really like that guy, and I mean, if I was him, I would retire. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding, man. I mean, if I was him, he's obviously probably not going to. I don't think he gives a shit. I think he's going to go beat somebody else's ass now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what, he's done it all. And here's what makes me the most fucking mad about that Cody Garbrandt situation. And like I said, in the end, it will. God knows he's a fighter. That's all that matters. Is that like his spirit is strong and he's a fighter to the death. He'll fight anybody. He was cheated out of his fucking championship belt. They went back and done blood test on Dillashaw when he fought him on PEDs. That's what I'm saying. Fuck that motherfucker, man.
So they should have given it to him.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, it ain't ever gonna happen. You know, in my book, he is the fucking champ. He beat TJ Dillashaw off of fucking morals by not being a little bitch and cheating before the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's already the champ. And you got TJ over here and Garbrandt over there, and fucking street fights breaking out. I'm going on Garbrandt's side every fucking time. That's a real fucking man. I'll die with that fucking man before I take the little bitch's side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about that.
Yeah.
I ain't about it, man.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of, they don't go back in time and kind of correct what happened.
No, they'll never go back in time. You know what I'm saying? He won't get his reward till he gets to heaven. You know what I'm saying? And God will say, hey, man, I know you are the champion.
Let's strap you up, Daddy.
You are.
Let's strap you up, baby.
And I'm telling you right now, that will hang over Dillashaw's head the rest of his fucking life. Yeah, he knocked him out twice. He ended his career of what it was.
Right.
Of what it was. Now, I'm not saying he's done. He's still going to make 10 times more money than me in my next fight.
Right.
Garbrandt is.
Right.
If Garbrandt makes that good money, he ain't done. But what I'm saying is he was at the pinnacle and got removed by a little cheap shot and bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A dude that he would knock out in practice. So this dude gets knocked out in practice and says, well, I'll just go put a needle in my ass. You know what I'm saying? And
that burns you up, huh?
It burns me up, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, that's and I'm not gonna hold back and I'd say it to his face if he was right here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, what do you think leads someone to do something like that?
He was scared because he got knocked out in practice, and he said, you know what? And he justifies it by saying, in his head, he's going to say, well, you know, I need this win. It's for me and my family and all that. But man, it's like, you're fighting, you're signing a contract. Like, here's what I'm saying. If you're going to be a gangster and going to be doing shit by the rules, go be a real gangster, TJ Dillashaw. Yeah. Go fucking, if you're going to not play by the rules, go with those, go gangbang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll see how long your little bitch ass lasts out there. You know what I'm saying? Go out there. You want to do no rules, your ass will get cheap shotted. You know what I'm saying? This is it should be a fair as possible sport. Yeah. And everybody should have an equal opportunity playing field. And he took away one man's championship aspirations. He took it from his family. And
do you think he should have been allowed back in?
Yeah, I think that if you could let him back in, like I think he was clean his last fight.
Right.
He didn't look as good as last fight. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Well, I thought because that was a Sandhagen fight.
That's right.
I thought Sandhagen could have won. I thought that Sandhagen won that fight. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely not exactly the same.
I thought Sandhagen won too.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely did more damage. But if you go by the scoring system, it was a close fight. But damage wise, you know who fucking did more damage.
Yeah.
TJ knows who did more damage.
Yeah.
Probably hurt to chew food a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He knows he lost that fucking fight.
Yeah. Could you see yourself in a different division? That division's pretty exciting.
55? No, I'm too small, brother.
But no, with Dillashaw, they're not 55, are they?
Oh,
no.
35.
Yeah.
35. I'd probably die trying to make that weight.
You know, I was standing back the other night. I'm backstage. I got to stand by Aljamain Sterling. He's in
That's
that
my
division.
buddy. Yeah.
He's cool, interesting guy, funny dude. He's like one of the first fighters I ever met at the Comedy Store a long time ago. Nice, such a easy guy to
I actually lived
to.
with him for a month.
Really?
It was me. We were all staying at Al Quinta's house.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was me, Al, Pat DeFranco, Aljo, and Pumi, and all these guys are fighters, right? No. So we got 6 fighters. I'm sleeping on the couch, right? Well, this is one of the funniest things that happens. There's this Pumi stays in the basement, and Pumi's kind of like me. Al kind of goes to bed a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. Pat kind of and Aljo kind of go to bed a little bit earlier. I'm up one night, you know, I'm sleeping on the couch. Kitchen's right there, right? So I go out there. I start making a little bit of stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
of course,
cooking.
Baby, cook it up, son.
And Al has this problem with coons getting into his trash, like these big old fucking city coons. Like
I've seen them.
Big ones, right? And I told Al, you know, like one morning we came out and there's trash all over the ground.
Oh, right? They'll roll 6 deep too, man.
That's
They'll
right.
come in, yeah.
That's right. And so I told Al, I said,
sneakers.
brother, I'll get these coons for you. I said, I'll be on full patrol. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Bryce.
Yeah.
We going to bed, Bryce.
So I'm fucking getting them, bro. And so I go out there, I'm cooking a little bit, and 2 big ones out there on the trash can, and they're about to get into it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no backup. It's 2-on-1. I got a spatula, bro. Yeah. And I was thinking, man, this is going to be a fucking good fight. These are some big-ass coons. I'm like, Poomy. And Poomy's down there in the basement. And he's like, huh? What's going on, brother? And tell he's kind of like tired. And I'm like, bro, I need some help up here bad, bro. There's 2 of them. I'm going to fuck them up right now.
I need backup, dog.
Poomy don't even know what the fuck's going on. Poomy runs out. And, bro, so I go out the door, and I fucking smack one of these coons with a spatula.
Really? Straight up,
bitch.
And he didn't back down.
Bro. He looked like he didn't even give a shit.
Wow.
He turned around and looked at me like we was about to have a long conversation.
And what weight class was he in?
Bro, he was one of them little fucking ninja coons. He was like, I don't even know what weight class.
Tan, probably 105.
Bro, they were jumping from the trash can to the fence.
Oh, yeah.
And he's jumping, and
That's flyweight.
We had to stare down, and I was like kind of reared back, and then Poomy comes up. Poomy's got a butcher knife. Yeah. Thank God, because then that's when both of them coons was like, okay, now it's a fair fight, and they took off. But Poomy saved my ass on that one. Yeah, so shout out to Poomy right there. We had a spatula and a butcher knife rolling deep on them coons, brother.
Damn, bro. Mother Nature got them hitmen, dog.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Mother Nature got them hitmen. The craziest raccoon. Yeah. Sometimes you'll go out by the trash and they have the couple that are in the trash. The weird one that always gets me is the one that's in the recycling bin.
Bro, these were
he's like that. You're like, who the fuck is that one? Because that's the one that's looking for knowledge. He's in there reading papers, looking at your reports and shit.
Hey, these ones were the real fucking. They were like the scouts, you know what I'm saying? Like probably like the Army Ranger ones, like scouting out for surveillance and shit. I smacked this coon as hard as I could, dude.
Damn.
He didn't do nothing.
They probably went and reported back to somebody, I'm sure.
Oh, they sure did, brother.
Damn.
Orchestrated attack. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's unbelievable. That's fucking Mother Nature, baby. That's a dark arts, dog, because once they get going, you don't know what's coming next.
No, bro. Them coons, they come up from any window, chimney.
Oh.
They come up underneath in the plumbing, brother. Actually, them coons, that's where they actually, believe it or not, that's their headquarters.
Really? Where?
I've been keeping eyes
under
on
house?
in Searcy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they live underground.
Do you guys have y'all got a raccoon problem over there?
Militaristic, bro. Their mindset's just straight militaristic, bro. They got that headquarters underground. They're up there boosting their population, getting
like
their
the
numbers up.
Vietnamese.
That's right. It's worse.
Yeah. That's Iwo Jima, daddy. That's like
they ain't got punji traps ain't shit on them raccoon traps, bro.
That's like the Coochie tunnels, baby.
So check this out, man. They did this thing at Harding because the coons are so bad. They fucking they go up and they grab the trash and then they scurry back to the little sewers.
Oh, really?
They did this thing at Harding. They steamed.
What is Harding? College?
It's a college I went to, yeah. And that's where I seen them for years building up their numbers, bro. And they're just getting bigger and faster and smarter, and they're not even afraid of motherfuckers now, bro.
The fur Chinese, they call them.
Yeah, like I was going to throw something away one time and damn near had a conversation with one of them. He's like, man, you can't believe you're going to eat that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't even scared of people no more.
I saw one with a wallet on him the other day with a wallet chain.
Yeah, like, that's that pimp. That's that pimp coon, brother. Well, bro, they steam the whole thing. Like, they steam it. It's mean, man, but they steam the underground, and I think it's honestly to flush the coons out.
Oh, wow.
But they're living now. Ain't no joke, bro. They're living now.
At the college, huh?
At the college, and you see steam coming up out of things for like an hour straight.
A gas.
They're trying to smoke them out. Damn, bro, that's against the Geneva Conventions as far as I'm concerned. That's why they got that military mindset, though, man. Because it's
that
warfare.
Nuremberg Treaty, I think that shit should be done.
That's what I said, man. I act like I didn't even see it, bro, because that's just fucked up. Like, it's one thing to smack him with the spatula, bro. You're gassing babies down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't about that.
This shit has to stop, dog. Damn, it's a fucking dark arts, bro. Damn.
That's right.
Wow, man. What else were we talking about? We have any good other questions that came in?
Yeah.
Oh, we had one too that came in too. What were you and I talking about though? We're talking about, and you said you guys had all stayed together. Oh, Algermain.
Yeah. So we were living at Ally Quinta's house, and there were six fighters in the house, and it was just a hell of a good time.
So anyway, I was backstage, and that's when the Cody fight was going on, right? And we were watching it. And he said that when you drop down a weight class, like there's less, like your body's so tight that when you get knocked out at a lower weight, it's real hard on your system because you just, there's less like fat inside you. There's less like cushion inside of your universe,
Particularly from your brain.
Yeah.
Because think about this, your body knows how important your brain is. When you get to that final moment in the weight cut, when you're like, okay, I can't cut no more, that's when your body begins to pull the moisture from the brain.
Jesus.
It's the last thing that your body will protect. That your body will keep all that fluid in your brain until it don't have fluid from nowhere else, and then your brain fluid. Now, guess which fluid takes some of the longest to get back into your system?
Brain.
That brain fluid.
Damn.
Now, here's how I knew that Cody was really feeling. And I didn't think he was going to lose. I didn't know. That's not what I'm saying. But here's how I knew he was feeling it. He ain't a fucking 25er.
Right.
He ain't a 25er. I promise, bro. He might do good at 25. He's really a 35er though, because he's healthier at 35. But here's how I knew. Because I saw him do a video, Garbrandt, and he was talking, and I could tell his voice was not the same. It was when you begin cutting that much weight, I have sinus issues, or you get just extremely dehydrated in when you get to that point of extreme dehydration, you'll notice a lot of fluid change up here. I actually cannot hear. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
Like you ever get water stuck in your ear at the pool?
Yeah.
Bro, I've been cutting weight before, and it's like water's in both my ears. And I heard him do this interview, and okay, so this is my normal voice. I'm kind of talking. I kind of heard him like his it was a different pitch, and I could tell something was up in the in the nasal.
So just so dried out.
Bro, I was like, oh, he's dry, and I could see in his cheeks. I knew it, brother. I knew that is a tough weight cut, and I think that his performance was probably hindered by the weight cut, and I think that he's a 35er, and
it's heartbreaking.
But I'm just telling you, by the way he was talking, I could feel it. I could feel it in my nose and my ears. He was having sinus issues, bro, because when you start, your fluids drain, and then your brain fluids drain, and then you got this pressure, you can't hear right, you can't smell.
And how can you fight like that?
You can't. Not the same. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. I didn't actually see the whole fight. I just saw highlights of it. But, brother, he's fast.
Yeah.
And he didn't look as fast out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even imagine the levels that your body has to go to do all of that.
I think that was just a big weight cut on him. That's what I think you saw that performance out of him for. And like I said, I didn't even see the fight. I just saw highlights of it. And like you said, man, I just feel bad for the guy because that's one of those guys that I just really fucking like, man.
Yeah, he's fun to cheer for, man. Yeah, and he's just his personality. He's fucking vibrant, and he's vicious, and he's ready. He's always ready. Yeah, you know. I think he's like, I wish how I could be just like fucking, less, less. Yeah, he's got that. I think a lot of people see that in him.
He does.
Special guy to watch. All right, we got another question here, and then we'll get you on your way, man. I know you got to get back.
We gotta grab some lunch.
Oh yeah, you want to?
Let's do it. Yeah,
right.
I'm fucking starving.
I'd love that, dude. We'll go.
Me too, man. Tell you some real shit when we get off air, bro. Street fights and shit. Sorry.
No, you good?
Yo, what up, Theo? What up, Thug Nasty? First, I just wanted to shout out your new mixtape you dropped on YouTube.
Thank you,
recently.
brother.
Just want to say it's great. I hope more and more people hear it. I honestly think it's better than 90% of
God
the
bless
rap
you, man. Thank you.
mixtapes or
I made it for people like you, man.
Yang, baby.
I hope the word gets out. I hope it's doing well. Quick question. I heard you on Ariel Hawani's podcast recently. You said you were driving about 3 hours or so to go get a truck, and I just want to know how that went. Did you buy it? And how's that truck working out for you? Is it hauling them cows around as well as it needs to be?
Dude.
Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Best of luck against Edson Barboza.
And that's a real
It'll be a
dude
tough
right
Yeah,
there,
that's a
brother.
real guy. He's in,
I-
man.
Bro,
That guy's in.
Either way,
What'd you get?
gang,
A
peace
Ford
out.
F-350.
Oh,
It's a
damn.
91. Bro, it's like a fucking little redneck paradise, bro. It's like it has no key on it. It's like a push start, and then
Oh, yeah.
it's like he rigged up all the wires.
He
and
rigged up a
shit.
push start in it?
Brake lights. Yeah, it's a push start, and you have to use a screwdriver to flip a switch. Well, on the way home, what I didn't know on the back of the push start is like he literally rigged it up like on the spot. Well, if you touch the positive and the negative, I let it hit the clutch, and bro, spark. And blew a fuse. I have to jump the solenoid.
That baby New Year's, boy.
So on the way
Yo.
home, I fucking blew a fuse on the way home, and then we had to jump it on the solenoid just to get it started. So me and my buddy would
So
jump.
y'all
the
think it was a
solenoid.
limit at that point or what?
Oh, I knew it was good, bro. When I heard that engine,
Yeah.
brother, that 91. 7.3, like I
think
said.
it'll make you hard, son.
Oh, shit,
That'll make
it
your
does.
cousin hard. My cousin's been dead for years, dude. Well, you'll see the soil on his grave.
That's right.
You'll see it fluff a little.
Bro, that 7.3 is an iconic engine.
Wow.
And let me just tell you right now, I don't care if you're Ford guy, Chevy guy, Dodge guy. I don't even care if you like fucking the Honda trucks. I don't care. You cannot talk shit about a Cummins diesel engine, and you cannot talk shit about a 7.3 engine. I think International Harvester might actually make the engine. At one point they did. I did some research on it. But the thing about what I've got on the 91, from I think 91 to 94, they did the IDIs, and that's what I got.
Okay.
Now here's why I like it. This is why this truck was made for me, brother. Well, first off, it was $3,800. It's in my fucking price
help,
range.
baby.
That's what I'm saying.
It's in Price Mitchell, they call him.
That's price. Hey, the price is right.
Price Mitchell, bro. That would be a good store.
The price is right.
Yeah, dude. Price Mitchell.
You'd be
baby.
so much better than Bob Barker on that show, man.
Dude, fuck.
If there's ever a Price is Right, you're the motherfucking host.
I'd be giving away damn owl meat on that bitch, dude.
The show wouldn't even last the episode. You'd be giving away everything.
I'd give half them bitches away on there too, dude.
That's right.
I'd say we got to get rid of some of these bitches up here, man.
So the IDI engine, it's different than these modern Power Strokes. The Power Stroke is, they're both great engines, Ford engines, but this IDI is mechanical in nature, so it doesn't have as much computer parts, and so that's what I love about it. I fucking cannot stand all this cheap electronic shit. And let me tell you,
it ruins everything.
It ruins everything, and it is to the level where it is a conspiracy. If you don't think that they're making these cars to break at a certain point, or making it more expensive for certain parts, you're fucking blind, bro, because that's what the industry, the cars from the 90s with the manual transmissions and the simple engines last longer and are easier to fix than these newer ones. They're doing that because they want you in the dealership.
Yeah.
And they don't, like, I got the best mechanic in the fucking world that lives, like, right down the road from me. His name's Paul Underwood. And let me tell you what, I guarantee you Mr. Paul could fix anything on that 7.3 IDI.
Right.
You know, and he could probably fix a Power Stroke too, but there's going to be some computer.
Yeah, something you can't, that's out of your control.
But it's just like, okay, you're going to have to order this cheap-ass part from some...
Just to get the shit to work. Yeah, and by now they know how long you're going to use a car. It's just so many things baked
bro, it's
into
a conspiracy, bro. Like it's called, if you want to look into it, it's called planned obsolescence. It's been going on really since the beginning of time. It's not a conspiracy, bro.
Right.
But like when it first started getting popular, there was one instance of it in Germany. There was a people who made T-shirts, I believe, maybe T-shirts or jeans, but they started using nylon. Well, bro, they didn't have any return customers. Because the fucking T-shirts and jeans was lasting forever. So it's like they sell a pair of jeans and you never see that motherfucker again. So they had to start making shitty jeans. But, bro, that's in every single industry that there is, and it's to certain degrees. But in the car industry, you see so much planned obsolescence. These pieces of shit, especially Nissans, with their CVT transmissions. You know, because I have one going on me.
Nissan, damn.
But
I wouldn't even come in one of them.
But here's it exactly. Well, I beg to differ on that one.
Look, bro, what you doing? I guess you've been in some of the Ubers.
That's the one complaint I don't get, bro. But let me tell you what, them headlights, for example, you get you one of these Nissan 2006 Maximas. This is the planned obsolescence that I'm talking about to certain degrees. Okay, you break your headlight. Guess how much that fucking new one costs?
Probably $250.
$150, yeah.
Damn.
Bro, it's a fucking headlight. They can make that for $3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they got you, and they do that with their transmissions. They do it with their engine. Not this Ford engine, not this 7.3 IDI. It's a real engine made for real farmers who really work for their real money and don't want to spend it on no fake shit. You know, and that truck is me personified,
Gang,
bro.
baby.
And the only thing I got to do is got to add a little one of those gooseneck balls on the back of it, you know, that mounts right there in the truck bed.
Oh,
for pulling that heavy weight and cattle.
Oh, really?
And hay, yep. And
so
equipment.
what? It's for the transmission, no?
Well, it's so you can actually pull that weight if you know the balls that hang off the back like a regular like on the you'll see up there in that truck. You see, I got a little 2-inch ball. I got a 3-way
right
on the back of it, not the kind you like, but the kind with you know the kind with 3 different hitches on it. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that sticks off the back of the truck.
Okay.
When you mount one of these gooseneck or fifth wheel hitches.
You got to do it from the inside?
From the truck bed.
Ah.
And so that distributes to where all that weight
Weighs
ain't
up
on
front.
it puts more of it up front, so your truck, and more of the weight goes to the trailer, and so now you can pull 32,000 pounds, bro.
Damn.
Like I'm gonna be pulling some shit, you know.
Damn. Fuck.
Yeah. So I got to get that. I got to fix my brake lights. I got to rig it up to where I'm not jumping a solenoid every time I start it.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
got a little bit of ash on the seats. I can tell this dude. And he had a swisher. When I pull out the little cup holder thing, he had a swisher in it. I'm like, bro, I ain't even tripping. I just wish I was here for that one. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, it's so cool. Like, it's an old school manual. And by the way, you don't ever see these manuals. That's how you know they're trying to make these vehicles to break now. You
Right.
can't even hardly find a fucking truck with a manual.
I
I
know,
will
isn't it
never
crazy,
I will
man?
never buy another vehicle that's not a manual unless if something crazy happens and I get some good deal or something, you know. But you know, this thing is like you put it in the first, bro, and like you don't even just let off the clutch, man. Like it's gonna go. It's not gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, it's got so much power. Like I'm not even touching the gas. You just put it in first, don't
And
even,
that thing-
and it just creeps. Yeah.
It is nice when
Power.
you get into something that feels like it has a life of its own.
Bro, it does, man. It's got 2 gas tanks on it, and you switch it, but one of them don't read, so you just kind of like have to. You are the gas gauge. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's fire, dude.
But it's
that's
like I
old
said,
school, not even knowing
yeah.
how much gas is
Bro,
in that bitch.
I just know it was meant for
Yeah.
me, bro. It's like it's perfect.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Damn, yeah, you can pull a lot of weight with that, man.
That's right. 32,000 pounds is what it's.
Did you get to that next
That's
space?
a good question because I always tell people now, like this era, the way it is, I wouldn't know where to start telling somebody how to get on. You know what I'm saying? How to make it happen. You know, just when people ask me for advice, I'm like, look, just pray that this is what God wants for you, if it's what you really want. You know, and burn bridges. Like, and I don't mean burn bridges in terms of relationships, but in the pursuit of this thing, if you leave yourself out, and I know you know this as far as like the comedy thing too. If you leave yourself out, at some point you're gonna take one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and so I burnt some bridges, or as Coach of Georgia Kirby Smart would say, burn the boats. You know what I'm saying? Like there was just nowhere for me to go other than this. You know what I'm saying? If this didn't happen, I shudder to think what might have been. You know
yeah,
what
well,
I'm
at a
saying?
certain number of years in, especially, it's
Yeah,
like once you
man.
get up to like 25, 20, people are like, what's going on? You're not in college. You don't have this degree. You don't have a child. You don't have a family. People are like, you better show something.
You know, and my best friend was like playing football at Georgia, and you know he was on the way to the NFL, and it was honestly, it hurt me so bad because I loved him so much and was so supportive of him, and I now believe that was God preparing me, you know, because like I learned how to not be a hater. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people definitely looked at me as like a hindrance on him even. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Steve be all right if, you know, if he just get away from old Andy, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of looked at me as like the loser, but Steve, he never bought into that. He never subscribed to that. You know what I'm saying? He was always like, tell people like, you know, he gonna do something big. I don't know when it's gonna be or what exactly it's gonna be. Maybe this music thing, maybe not, but he gonna do something big. You know, he always believed in me, never blinked. And then,
Had you had that kind of belief before in your life? Had you had someone you feel like believe in you that like that? Like
no, other than him, honestly. I mean, it's not that my parents and his parents, it was love, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was just so far beyond their realm of comprehension, you know, that it might even be remotely feasible for something like that to happen, especially being a white boy and coming from down there. But I just always looked at it like this. I always had like this innate feeling like, hey, I'm gonna do something special. I'm special. I'm different. You know, I'm not in a bad way because I've never not been humble, but just like, you know, just really feeling like there's just something out there waiting for me that I just gotta find it and pluck it out of the sky or whatever. And so I just basically like, I didn't ever think. Sometimes I felt like, you know, it was gonna be something like. Because my fallback plan was being a high school history teacher and a high school football coach.
oh damn, I'd love to see you fucking remix.
I love football, man. I love
remix
football.
the Civil War, dog.
Yeah,
I
no
love
doubt.
to see that,
No
bro.
doubt.
Fucking get
I got a crazy theory on that too. I'm like, you know, when you have like the feeling, this is a tangential.
Yeah,
but
no worries.
I think
There's
it's pretty
people
interesting.
listening just because
Yeah,
people
I think
right
this-
now are stacking shell. They're driving Amazon.
Yeah,
they're
man.
fucking beating
Hey.
their spouse. They don't know what they. Everybody
y'all rock steady out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as far as like, man, I feel like in the future, like I think, you know how we get that feeling like everybody says like, you just know something's in the room with you, or you like hear something crazy or whatever. I've kind of developed a theory on this, and maybe I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. So I think that in the future, you know, like how in history class now, you know, like we go through books and look at pictures and listen to speeches or whatever of these that mark these certain, you know, historical events or whatever. I think in the future, the reason that we hear these weird things and like, it's like these, I don't know what you would call it, not ghosts, but like some of them probably are mistaken for ghosts. I think in the future, time travel is actually possible and people come back and like can actually be present, but it's like in a different dimension, so they can like see it, but they're not really present. They're like in danger and actually be on the battlefield at Gettysburg and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's just something that.
So you're saying like in the future you could have like Gettysburg?
Yeah, basically
a whole class, a whole field
they're
trip.
Just sitting there looking at the battle actually taking place.
Damn.
But see, they're not the whole back.
Right, they don't know that they're there.
And the whole the people that are fighting the battle don't. But like the whole Back to the Future thing and like about like, you know, messing it up and all that stuff. That's not a threat because you're like in a different dimension.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can observe it, but you're not actually present. But man, I really think that's
like you threw some like secret drywall or something. Like they don't know you're there, but you're there.
It's just you're in a different, some kind of different, you know, like
dude,
thing.
I used to think, look, I love this shit. I used to think that so people had CDs and 8-track, you know, this and that. People had I always thought that they were gonna come out with a dashboard that was like some sort of a screen, right, in a vehicle, and you would just press in whatever you wanted to listen to, and then like Bubba Spark would come and perform on your dashboard like a hologram.
Yeah,
I always thought that would be the next thing. Like if you wanted to watch AC/DC, you would just type it in, and then damn, they would come out there and actually you're just driving and they're there. You know,
that's like the next step in the evolution of just music videos and like streaming period, though. You know what I'm saying? It's probably because they have those holograms like of Tupac. I remember there was like that thing. So I mean, technology, if you went back 100 years from this, like, so if you went back to 1922,
you blow somebody's mind.
I mean, but like so much more than you would if you went from 1922 to 1822.
Right, they wouldn't be that shocked.
Right, exactly. Like the world didn't change that much. But
they'd be like, that's a wheel, bitch.
But that's just the evidence of the fact that technology is evolving at a much more rapid rate. So imagine 100 years from now. We can't comprehend it. We literally cannot comprehend it. And so,
dude, you know what? Somebody was telling me about I was talking with someone about this, and they had, what were we talking about? We were talking about a guy with a ladder, and another guy had said, hey, one day I think we could get to the moon.
Yeah.
And this dude could only think, we can maybe get to the top of a tree or something.
Right.
But I'm not doing a good job explaining. Anyway, it was something I learned.
But
I don't remember.
I do that same thing all the time.
It's like sometimes we can't comprehend things. It's like
we don't have the words for it sometimes. Like,
right, and it's beyond our brain to even, because we're still thinking within the limitations
the three-dimensional thing
of this world. We're thinking of our limitations.
One of the hardest things I ever saw was like the way, I forget, I was watching something. This is probably 10, 15 years ago. But they were explaining the difference because, you know, mathematics is like proving that there's like 9 dimensions, you know what I'm saying? Like we just aren't aware of them or haven't discovered them or figured out how to interpret them or, you know, or just see them or be present in them, whatever the case is. But so like, you know, if we lived in a 2-dimensional world, my finger coming at you would just look like a dot. But because it's a 3-dimensional world, you can see all sides of my finger. You know what I'm saying? But imagine this, if there was some being, God, perhaps, some people might call it that being, that could do time the same way. Who's to say? You know what I'm saying? Could just look all around.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like look all around time. Like, you know, the time thing, this
Right, because time for us just flows like this.
Right.
But what if some dude
just go all around? Yeah, just be like, okay, this is like looking at 2022 from 2014. Okay, now I'm gonna go look at 2022 from 2036. You know what I'm saying? So I
wonder if there's other realms we're gonna crack. Like, I feel like that has to be the next.
You would have
thing.
to believe that's what God would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I remember when I was real little, you know, my pops, I wouldn't necessarily call him like an intellectual, but he's a pretty smart guy. You know what I'm saying? And he would say, I'd be like trying to get him to explain God to me, you know, like in all these, because I was a very inquisitive kid. And he'd just be like, it's just beyond our realm of comprehension. You know, that would shut me up every time. He's like, you just can't even understand it. It's so, you know what I mean? Like, and honestly, like, that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is we're talking about, whatever might be or could we could evolve into, it's just hard to know. But I was listening to something the other day. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. You know what I mean? I'll go down on YouTube and
Dude, I love that one with you and Randy Akins.
Oh, Rodney Atkins.
Rodney Atkins,
yeah,
bro.
Man, shout out to Rodney, man. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I liked Wreckin'. I liked Right. Right, I really, really love.
You like
man.
Wreckin'? That's what's up.
I like Wreckin', man, but I really did like Right. I don't know what it was.
Nah, that was a pretty good example. To me, that's something I don't normally do as far on the countryside. That's like country music with rap on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I do country hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Really, it should be called hip hop country because hip hop is the first thing that you know what I'm saying, that I'm.
Got it.
You know, I represent all things that I am. I'm white, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I'm country, hip hop, but I'd say I'm hip hop before I'm anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just that the hip hop music and culture, and it's done so much for me. You know, I'm so grateful. Took me all over the world.
Well, especially.
I just want to land on that thought about Right. Some guys like Big Smo, Colt Ford, I would say those are kind of the like forefathers of that sound. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's really just more like country music, just with some rapping on it, and it's dope. And that song was incredible. Shout out to Noah Gordon, who worked on writing that song with us. But yeah, and Rodney, I had just come to Nashville, and that was kind of like the 2012 area of like when Florida Georgia Line was first blowing up, and the TV show Nashville was on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Nashville was kind of like getting that first like, it's like becoming like an international like cool place.
It was putting this little skirt on for everybody.
It wasn't just redneck Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, and I came up here and you know, Rodney, he took a chance on, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't the cool now, like this genre bending collaborations.
And now you got like Morgan Wallen, Lil Durk. You got
it's kind of like it's just like the norm.
Lil Nas. Everything's real mixed up now.
But back then it was, you know, it was actually a kind of rolling the dice. You know what I'm saying, with your career to try something like that and to step over that line. And so I'm appreciative of the people that did, because, you know, country, I always sought to build a bridge between people, you know what I'm saying, between hip hop and country, the hood and you know what I'm saying, because lower class people just aren't that different. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the bottom line.
That's the thing I was thinking about next. I always wonder, why don't I feel like because as a poor white kid, the first thing you wanted to be was black, I felt like.
Yeah, I mean,
when I was a poor white, I'm not a poor white kid anymore. I'm not a kid.
Yeah,
and
right.
You know, and I hate some of the times I hate having even made any money because I'm not fucking poor anymore. I can't have the same feelings I had.
Yeah, no, there's something about that. You know what I'm saying? What CeeLo says, he said, I kind of like being poor. At least I know what my friends here for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, my mom used to say, she would say, if you don't have anything, they can't take anything away from you. She would say.
That's right.
And it was kind of like,
you really be about some shit when you ain't got nothing else.
You got
know
nothing
what I'm saying?
to fucking lose, bro.
You don't care. When death don't even seem like that bad of an alternative.
Sue
you know
me, fuck me, whatever you want to do, man. Ain't got nothing's gonna get you. It don't matter. But for some reason, when I think I related so much, I feel like, to poor black kids when I was young, and I think that it's also just a thing like. We had Miss Pat on. She said, she's like, black people make things cool, she said. And I don't know if I agree about that with everything. Some things for sure.
You know, black folks are creators. I mean, there's nothing that you could really, if you look at, you know, I mean, all that's been created by black folks in America, I mean, it's a lot when it comes to art, especially.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
well, they got more art kind of built into them, you know? Even I feel like if you punch a black dude, a cool sound comes out of him, you know? It's like, but I'm always a little bit fascinated by what it is, even in my own life, why I felt like I related to poor.
You know what I think, though? I think a lot of times raw creativity comes from poverty and oppression, you know what I'm saying? From just the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Like it's...
Yeah, maybe I like the because poor black people always had when I was young, they didn't even have any rich black people. They only had like Michael Irvin,
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, and maybe like the Dallas Cowboys, it felt like.
And you know, they probably weren't even that rich, like, you know, what you would what we thought was rich at that time, probably we wouldn't. They probably were making like $500,000 a year or something, you know, or maybe because contracts weren't even that lucrative back then. You know what I'm saying?
No, the producers were making all the money back then. I mean, they really had them boxed up. But even like I remember if they had like the best job a black person could get in our town was probably like our teacher. You know,
this is
like
in Baton Rouge.
This was in Covington, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So it's like
coaches. Like
yeah,
stuff.
coaches. Yeah. Now you see a lot more. Like I went to the first black doctor. Like about maybe 7 months ago. I go into the doctor and it was a black doctor. I'd never been.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I didn't mean anything by it. I know there's black doctors, but I just had never been to one. And I'm like, is this gonna? I was like, and then I'm thinking, black people, their whole life been going to white doctors. What do they think about that?
Well, you know, I mean, just growing up in like. Because you know this is the South is different than the rest of the country. Like there's black folks in pretty much every major city.
Yeah.
The difference in the South and the rest of the country is you go an hour outside into the country in the South and there's still a bunch of black folks. You go an hour outside of like
Chicago,
Minneapolis, you know what I'm saying, or Milwaukee, and there's really not any black folks. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point,
so to speak. And so I think like Atlanta, especially like with Atlanta having spent, that's kind of like that's my home major city. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Atlanta that's where I live now. You know what I'm saying?
It's like February started a damn city over there, bro.
I mean, it's just, you know, and I always tell people when I bump into like black folks in Idaho or something that just have never been around a lot of other black folks, I say, you need to go live in Atlanta for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And go experience a city that's a black city, not just in terms of like the metro population being a lot of black folks, but also the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? The mayor's black. You know what I'm saying? The city council. You know, a lot of the policemen, the sheriff, you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of city. And I tell white people in those same areas that, you know, because you ever notice like a lot of those like hate groups and stuff will be like in Idaho and, you know, the militias and all that stuff. And I'm like, there's no black, when have you ever been around black people to know you have a problem with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I tell, you know, white folks the same thing. Go live in Atlanta for a couple of years. See what it's like for that shoe to be on the foot. You know what I'm saying? The other foot. And you should experience that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that just evolves your perspective to a point where you might be a little more sympathetic and empathetic of somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you really just looked at the world the way they had been forced to see it, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess I was really I'm just thinking about like why. I guess maybe it's a lot of music. I wonder what it was that made me relate when I was real young. I was in this, you know,
it was hip hop, man. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop.
That's what it was.
Hip hop shaped a lot of hearts and changed a lot of potentially racist, you know, hearts. Like I would say, like broke that cycle in families in the South. You know, because I just knew people that. Would otherwise I'd be like, man, that joke was racist, but they just love Tupac so much they just couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? And that one thing because they just love Tupac hypothetically,
right? So
much, it just slowly changed their whole perspective on just black folks in general. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you'd have like I always had this vision. You'd have a dude out in his yard just yelling the N-word, but then he closed the door and he's in there fucking moonwalking,
right?
You know,
and that's the MTV generation. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe that is, bro.
Because you think about it, like people that grew up that's why these songwriters here in Nashville, when they write, like every genre is present. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing that tool bag of every genre because the MTV generation and especially now the way streaming is. You know what I'm saying? Because back in, you know, when you had to like seek out your music, you know what I'm saying? You had to go to the record store and seek out your whatever kind of music your taste, you know, preferred. It was a little different, you know what I'm saying? But then when MTV started playing everything, they'd have those blocks. I don't know if you remember that. They'd have like the blocks where they have a hip hop block, a rock block, a R&B block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, so if you're just sitting there watching MTV, which during the summertime, you know, that's just what we did as kids, you were going to see that NWA video. You were going to see that, you know, Will Smith summertime video. And then you were going to see Nirvana. You know what I'm saying? And then you might even see some Tim McGraw and some, you know, whatever. Like, so that generation and moving forward, everything was just that accessible. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has been touched by every genre of music in some kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah, and now you start to see, and this is interesting too, you see a lot of black country guys on TikTok. I see a lot of it. You
Yeah,
know, it's kind of
there's a lot. For
it's
sure.
getting kind of wild, dude. Like I'll meet like everything is just a lot more mixed. I've always had this theory that it's gonna like in 3 generations everybody gonna be beige.
Yeah, well,
you know?
I say that same thing, man. I said we all started the same color, I believe. You know, I mean, look, I wasn't there. I can't personally.
Well, what color is a zygote or whatever, like a baby?
Well,
when it's
I just
in
think that in that part of the world, that particular part of the world where the world was allegedly, based on what we've been told, born, you know, people look a certain way. And then I think as we migrated to different areas, you know what I'm saying? Like our ancestors migrated to this cold place up here and then had to be in caves for 6 months out of the year. And you know what I'm saying? So over thousands of years of that reduced exposure to the sun, skin just got paler. So we'd split up. But then now in the last, 100, 200 years, everybody's come back together. So yeah, it's just a matter of time for we go back to that same color. You know, which is
you
like,
ain't even be able to find anybody to hate, man. At that point,
Yeah,
you're gonna need a chart if you want to be racist, dude. That's why, like, some places you can't even be racist.
People still gonna hate themselves up there because ultimately that's what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point, bro. There ain't nobody out. The easiest person for me to hate is my fucking
myself.
self,
And honestly, I can't hate anybody else unless I hate myself.
Yeah,
and I can't love anybody else unless I love myself. So,
man.
You know, that's just the way it is.
So what was when you're so get me to the point where you kind of your music really takes off.
Okay, so
man.
basically, I moved up to Athens where Big Steve was at, and met Bobby Stamps, who was my manager for 20 years, and he introduced me to a guy. He introduced me to Colt Ford and to a guy named Shannon Houchins, who owns a label, and him and Colt have a label here in town called Average Joe's Entertainment in Nashville, and but I started it was a roundabout way, but I started just really finding myself in the studio, you know, because I was, you know what I'm saying? The first time I ever went to a studio, I was working as an electrician's apprentice, running conduit, bending pipe, and I saved up like $350 over one summer. And the only other guy that I could find that was a rap, you know what I'm saying, that even any inkling of like wanting to be a rapper. Oh, Rodney was his name. He was a different kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? But
and what you mean, autism or something?
Nah, he was just a different type of cat. I don't really know how to put it. You know, he didn't come from like everybody played sports, you know what I'm saying? That was like your biggest badge of honor you could have, and he wasn't that kind of guy. He was really like kind of like an Eminem type. Like when you hear Eminem talk about like the way he grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like that kind of deal, you know, like in the trailer, like the little small mobile home, you know what I'm saying? And
they'd never seen it before like him, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was even that rare, but it just wasn't. Most people, he was just kind of like the kind of person that was just invisible to most people. He was redheaded. Yes, he was.
Dude, and he liked black culture?
Yes.
Bruh, tell me this, bruh.
Tell me. You just blew my mind with that.
The guy that was always wearing a North Carolina jersey and hanging out with black people was always a redheaded dude, bruh.
Wow.
Don't even tell me it wasn't, bruh.
Man.
I don't know how it worked out, bruh. I don't know how the sun hit him or whatever, but
I think our generation, at least where I was growing up, like we kind of were the first generation to like we all kicked it, you know what I'm saying? Because football was the most important thing, and everybody,
that'll keep people together.
You know, and like if you play football, like the only color that matters is navy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And so, you know, but as far as the story of finishing, we saved up. We went to the studio. We get to the studio. Up in Atlanta, it was called 8 Ball Recording Studios. I'll never forget. So I had my $300. He had his $300. We got like a 12-hour block.
Oh, damn, boy. Now, does that mean producers are in there with you?
No. Listen, so then we get in there, and he's like, all right, where's y'all's beats? And we're like, huh? Oh. It hadn't even occurred to us that we were going to need beats. And so basically, so we saved up all this money over a period of months too.
Oh, like, sure. That's a lot of money at that point.
And he's kind of representing to me like I know what to do. I know what to do. And then, but we get there and we ain't got no beats and we don't know how to make no beats. But the guy was actually cool enough to sit there and kind of like allow us to like, he basically made some garbage beat, but you know, like held our hands there when we felt like we were doing it or something. And we recorded 2 songs. One was called Nothing But Game, Theo.
Oh, dang.
It ain't nothing but game coming out my mouth, player. There's like the rap was like, right quick, I'm bringing tight shit for these jealous marks. The jock belling through the parking lot when my partner sparked the chop. Now I'm feeling kind of strange, like my state of mind done changed. Off that hurricane and dank, I'm starting to think that I'm deranged.
Dang, bro.
Type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that had to make you feel good though.
Oh
huh?
man, it was it was terrible, man. Like it really was, but I was so proud. I mean, I had something recorded on a cassette tape, and we could ride around and listen to it.
I can feel it right
Man,
now.
I'm
You
telling
walk
you,
out
bro.
there, you're like, we fucking got something.
But the people, when I got to Athens,
that trick.
Oh man, it was just that it wasn't that good. Nowhere near that good because that won an Oscar. But basically, like I just felt like, man, this is it. Like I felt like I had already made it, basically. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm still working 3 jobs and selling mid-grade weed, like, but I'm like, dang, man, like this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like girls come around, yeah, I'm a rapper. What do you mean? Yeah. Oh, I play you my song. You know what I'm saying?
You got a business card now.
Oh man, don't let me like steal like a laminate from like a tour or something like So Def, because Fat Shan, the producer that I ended up working with in Athens, and all those guys, Bobby and Colt, were close to Jermaine Dupri. They worked with Jermaine Dupri, and they had like all these stuff, jackets and stuff that said So Def on it. So anytime I could, like I would try to get that jacket for a night and go just post up and be like, oh, this whole thing, what do you mean? And so just flexing, you know what I mean? It's like feeling like I kind of like manifested certain things by, like I would tell girls, you know, the Dungeon family is a very important, what's the word? I mean, a musical family in Atlanta that consists of Outkast, Goody Mob,
like a dynasty or something.
I mean, just the forefathers, they're the pillars of, in my view, of hip hop in Atlanta. As far as representing Atlanta for real, in an accurate way. But I used to tell girls that I was the white member of the Dungeon family. Damn. Like 5 years before.
Like the accountant or whatever.
No, I was the white rapper.
Okay.
Yeah, like and like it was said, and I think it probably was said by Rico from Organized Noise, who was kind of the dungeon was his mother's basement. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
his mother's house. So he was kind of the patriarch. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, the Airbnb owner.
Yeah, for sure. And so I'd heard that he said white folks shouldn't be participating in hip hop or something like that. But I was always like, well, he gonna love me. He gonna love me because I'm for real. Like I'm real with my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm representing who I am, you know, and some Georgia shit the right way. He gonna love me. Watch this. That's what I would tell like my friends. But I would tell girls that, yeah, I'm in the Dungeon family. What do you mean? Like way before it could have even been anything remotely, you know, resembling reality. And I'd be damned if I ain't become a white boy in the Dungeon family.
Manifested it almost.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what I get from fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? And you know, me and Rico, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? The guy that allegedly has said that. I mean, he's as close to me as anybody I've met in the music business, period. So, man, it's just crazy how life can unfold. You know, but I had so much faith back then, man.
Really? So you had faith in God, you mean?
I mean in God, but in God's plan for me. Just in that God had a plan for me. You know what I'm saying? To do something that was going to impact the world, and that, you know, that I just always felt like I had a spirit, man, that you know, I want to be an extension of whatever that ultimate love-based energy or spirit that God is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always just felt like an extension of that because, you know, I like to be a purveyor of love and light, so to speak, you know? So, and I just felt like there was some plan where I was going to like just have an impact on the world in some kind of way, you know, based on that. And, you know, in some ways it's worked out exactly how I could have drawn it up. And then in some ways not, you know what I'm saying? But it's been a hell of a journey, you know what I'm saying? And I still do not for 1 second question God's, you know, like involvement in the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? People are welcome to believe anything they want, you know, and all of our experiences and our upbringing, you know, and then our experiences as adults, everything shapes us. You know what I'm saying? Our DNA, you know, is a part of that too. But I just believe what I believe, and it's something that I feel, and it can't be quantified in words or, you know, it's just beyond us. But I know when I'm being creative, Theo, like when I'm writing, when I really get in that zone, there's nothing I can ever do to feel closer to God, or to just that energy source, that love. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel it. It's like I'm in such harmony in the way time can just disappear. It's like I'm doing what I was put here to do. You know what I'm saying? And whoever created me is pleased at this time. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like I feel some like internal turmoil at times too, and it's like I'm not doing what I was put here to do, and that spirit's not pleased. You know what I'm saying? I can feel that too. Not abandoned though, just
right. Do you
where were we at with it? Man, I got a terrible like this is like the third podcast I've done. And landing things, you know what I'm saying? It's like I love talking about every aspect of my story, but I'm definitely trying to work on landing shit.
I think you've done a nice job. There's a couple times you were like, well, let's finish this point before we go on to something else. Yeah. Because I sometimes kind of I don't forget what's going on, but it's hard for me to like remember and be thinking at the same time.
No shit. Well put.
So,
but to go back to at the studio, you know what I'm saying? So we get that song done.
Right, you and my fucking boy are in there.
Yeah.
And because look, dude, I'm telling you this, the first time they had a white dude that wanted to be black in our area, bro. They never seen it before. They put him in special ed, bro.
Wow. You hear that, man? That's crazy.
They put him in special fucking ed, bro. Shout out Brian Purvis, dog. Praise God,
BP, boy.
Oh, he just got locked up for something. Bring him up.
Bless that boy. Free that man. Free BP.
I don't know, bro. Y'all don't know
what he did. Yeah, I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. That's true.
I had social studies with him, and he was.
But he done been on a hell of a journey, though.
Oh, this dude, he been through it all.
He took those bullets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he really something happened to him. Yeah. PU. Yeah, there you go. Bring him up, gang, baby,
BP,
right there.
Man. What BP do? What he do?
Attempted murder. That's hypothetical.
Yeah.
Attempted.
You know.
We ain't paying the $4 to find out. That's it, B.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, that's all we got for you, bro.
But
stay well, baby.
Yeah, man.
But they put him in there, dog.
You can't be good. Be good at it.
They put him in there, man. Damn.
Yeah. But you knew him pretty well. Was y'all cool, or was
we were cool for a while. He was hard to really get close to, man. He just had
was
that rattle in
him.
He had that fucking rattle in him, bro. You could tell he never slept.
Damn.
He didn't
no
sleep.
Drugs.
No drugs. Oh, bro. He had drugs built into his fucking in his
I think
neck.
we know that now as mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But back then it was just damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Just this boy, he's lit.
He was early. He looked like he fucking was early and late at the same time, bro.
Damn.
He would just, his eyes never shut. He looked like he didn't sleep, man. He maybe
slept
twice.
Who knows what he went through, man? Who knows what his home life was like that made it where he was.
I'm sure it wasn't
where he stayed
good,
that wired. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something I think about now, and I'm sure you got some insight and a perspective on this too. What if we went back through history, Theo, and looked at every violent crime, every murder, even rape that's ever been committed in the history of planet Earth, going back? I wonder what percentage of those violent crimes were committed by people that had a thorough psychiatric evaluation, or it was mental illness. You know what I'm saying? It was something that, at the time, just obviously there was nothing. When did mental health even become a thing? Like last 50 years?
Yeah.
And it's even been like a slow and, jagged like ascent to where we are now, But I thought about that. Like if we, there's just something to be said for that though. That like hurt people.
100%, man. Well, they just had a guy on Joe Rogan. This guy Gabor Mate, and he is like I want to say he's a psychiatrist, but he's like a really good thinker. Some people are real good at thinking. And he talks a lot about trauma, and trauma is kind of a buzzword that people use a lot now. But one thing that he was
like
saying
resonates.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really resonates.
Yeah, that really resonates, bro. Yeah, that fucking resonates, bro. Raising nets, bro. Yeah. So close.
Raising eights.
But he was saying how like pain and stuff can be transferred through DNA, Maybe some of that's believable or not, but it can definitely be transferred through the way that you treat people and the new things that have, like the way that you. It's so crazy how many times something happens to somebody when they're a child, and then they do the exact same thing. They do the exact same thing, and it's
interesting, man.
It is, and it's just a lot of like. We're just now getting to the point too where we have so much reflection of ourselves because of.
That's a good and bad thing.
Right, it's a good and bad thing. But it's like we have such a recording of how people operate and behave now that you're able to see a lot of like, okay, and compare it, you know?
Right.
And just document it. So I think it's like we're getting to a point where it's like we're really documenting how much pain has been like just in the damn gene pool of humanity. And
that's crazy, man.
And it makes you wonder kind of what the future will be like. Will we be able to solve that kind of thing, or we will just be able to continue to just?
Because I don't think we are more aware of just mental illnesses but I don't necessarily think that we've really figured out the best ways to treat them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, to give somebody, because it's like, I've been on meds before, at different times and it's like, okay, I don't feel that way anymore, but now I feel this way, which is equally terrible, or it affects, some other aspect of my being that just makes it either worse for me ultimately, or at best, like just a trade-off, you know what I'm saying? So, when treating everything with with man-made medicine, you know what I'm saying?
It might not be the way.
It might not be,
and we might look in 30 years, we might look back and be like, okay, we took a real bad turn as a society with trying
like
that.
Back in the late 1800s when they were like drilling, screws in people's, at your temples, and they would like just kill that frontal lobe. That's how they would make people like chill out.
Yeah, that was
125 years ago.
And then you had to pay for that dude to come over.
Yeah, your family's there like, how did that work? Yeah. Literally, you're just like,
yeah, dude. You just
man, that's crazy.
Damn, you got birds landing on a little nail on your head.
Man, it's insane, dude.
Your cousin come and hang his hat on that.
Yeah,
on that little fucking spike.
You're just like, for like 60 years, like it's crazy, man. Like, who came up with that? Like, they should have done. I hope that was what that person at some point in their life. I hope whoever thought of that first and started doing that, I hope they had to experience it. Man, that's crazy.
And they were also saying on that episode just about how people take care of their children and stuff like that. Like it, just that there's not enough connection between families and stuff these days. People used to be in tribes. A lot of that has been talked about in the past 10 years about how people used to be in tribes and we were closer. So not only did your mother see you, but your aunt saw you. Your grandmother was right there. There was constant like attention and evaluation of what was going on with you, and that they think people developed healthier then. I don't know if that's true, but it's just like it was a theory that man was talking about.
I think that the gap between human beings, period, is just getting wider and wider.
That is weird.
You know what I mean? And we were talking about it last night, like social media. It's designed to bring us all closer together, but ultimately it creates such polarized, like views of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, social media is probably as much to blame as anything for the way our country it's always been these two drastically different choices that we had when it came to political stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to say for the record, fuck both of them. Yeah. But but it's like, because that just doesn't make good sense to me. Like, our two choices are these two radically different like viewpoints, and it's just crazy. But like, social media has driven that wedge, it just made it that much wider, that gap. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely led to a lot more. Because
people don't seek information, they seek affirmation. You know what I'm saying? So they follow things that they know are going to continue to feed them the same thing they've been on. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I think each side is right, at different times. I think the sensible compromise of the middle is kind of, it just makes a little too much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, this way of thinking is going to be the best way to go about it. And then sometimes this way of thinking is going to be the best way to go about it. But, you'll have like these 280 character or less, like, just what do you call it? Hot takes, basically, like of just saying something or reporting a certain event in a certain way that's going to reaffirm to that group of people that, yep, see,
I was right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep,
This is it.
Exactly. And so, and then it's like the old adage, a lie will travel around the world before the truth has a chance to put its pants on or whatever. I butchered it, but yeah, something like that.
But I understand it, yeah.
Yeah, people share stuff, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, it's just, it spreads so, like
we used to play that
wildfire.
game, the telephone game. Remember when you was kids? We'd play the telephone game.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, like sit there and whisper
You
the
tell
secret.
this person,
Yeah.
this person.
And then by the time it got to the end, it was
Somebody
different.
lied. Oh, we had one kid, bro. This is kind of fucked up, but he would just yell when it came back to him, he would just say it was the N word every time, bro. This motherfucker. Yeah, he was just, I don't even think I think he was just mentally unwell, you know, but
Yeah,
because it would
man.
be like,
he thought
you
that
know,
shit was funny.
oh no, something was wrong with him.
Oh,
But
okay.
it would be like hurricane and it would break around and every time and the teacher would fucking.
But he just knew that word, man. He knew it, like, got a reaction probably. or
Yeah, I
something.
think he might have had.
He didn't understand it, but like,
He also talked about like Egypt and the pharaohs a lot. He might have had mental disability.
right.
But so take me through. So the music is popping, things get going.
I apologize. I like to talk about a variety of shit.
No, this is great,
Yeah,
bro. This is what it is. This is the conversation.
I don't want to de-emphasize, you know, the fact that I've had an incredible journey, you know, through music. But so then I'm in Athens at that point. I'm starting to make some connections, and we ended up putting out my first album, my first major release on Beat Club, Timberland's record label. With the single "Ugly" was on this album.
Yeah.
We put out an independent version of that album by the same name about 2 years before the major label version came out.
So that's what people started hearing.
Yeah, so
underground.
it started spreading around Georgia, and it was like people always talk about marketing plans. You know what I'm saying? And like we got to come up with the perfect. No, when something's the shit,
good.
It's just word of mouth is the marketing plan, and it was that kind of deal. You know, and I'm just blessed to have been a part of it and to have had that clarity at that particular point in time to be able to do something that people fuck with to that degree. But literally, like, one person, two people, 4 people, 8 people, and so on and so on and so on. And yeah, so pretty soon, and there was a lot of other, like, you know, interesting details, tidbits of information to the story, but short story long. Basically, we signed with Interscope Records. You know, Jimmy Iovine, the same after. In 1999, when I first saw Hi, My Name Is, I was destroyed.
Why? Because you thought he beat you to the punch?
I thought at that time, as a white rapper, you pretty much felt like I ain't gonna be with one more. Like if one ever gets back in the door, it's just gonna be one. And then it's like I saw that and I was like, well, he did it perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my best friend, Big Steve, and I was just all depressed. And he came and he was like, man, I think you got it fucked up, man. He's like, yeah, that's some awesome shit. He said, but you Southern, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like you still straight, you know what I'm saying? You still got your lane. And I was like, keep it coming. All right. You know what I'm saying? And then I got back up, you know, eventually and got back to work. And 2 years later, I was signed to the same label as Eminem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to meet him?
Yeah, I did. I met him at the Anger Management Tour in 2003. It was a crazy experience.
I thought you were going to say anger management meetings. That's what I thought you were going to say,
no,
too.
no.
'Cause I've been to some of them.
He was I don't know, he was a little, he was on the private plane like level, you know what I'm saying? When I was still flying commercial, you know, or I'm still flying commercial, but when I was definitely getting on up there in first class and all that. But, you know, he jumped very quickly to private plane level, you know what I'm saying, where he was just moving at his own pace. But we met, man, and he was very complimentary. You know what I'm saying? It was probably the only time I've ever been starstruck in my life when I met Eminem. It was just like, wow. That's the real Eminem right there. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
And but man, he was extremely complimentary, you know, of me, and he always has been. Even when there was a diss song where he dissed me and Paul Wall that leaked, and even in the diss, he was. I feel like he was complimentary of me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was actually. I don't know where the information that but it was wrong, the wrong drug he said I was on or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I hate that when people get your drugs wrong.
Yeah, man, it's like, come on, man. Like, let he who is without sin cast the first stone, you know, but it is what it is. You know, Paul Rosenberg, his manager, was always super cool to me. And the whole Shady Records staff. I never have had a chance to get close to Eminem like that, as far as building like a super, you know, close personal relationship. But man, he would ask people about me, you know what I'm saying? Anytime he would see somebody that like he knew fucked with me, he would be like, how's Bubba doing? You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
a couple times. So, you know, I got nothing but respect for him, man. Love and respect. And but to go on back, so I was signed to Interscope Records for about 9 months. And after having so much success, Jimmy Iovine, shout out to Jimmy Iovine, just an absolute iconic figure in music and entertainment, period. And that man believed in me a great deal. I still don't even necessarily understand what it was about me that made him believe in me so much. But he did, you know what I'm saying? And he's a genius, you know, type of human being. So that always gave me confidence, just to know that, like, man, the baddest motherfucker in this whole business.
Right, saw something in me.
Yeah, like he believes in me to the point where he's gonna push the biggest button that Interscope Records, the #1 label in music, you know, could push. You know what I'm saying? $6 million spent on me in marketing. People know the name Bubba Sparks. You know what I'm saying? And so, but he, after the Eminem and Dre success, he kind of was like, I might be onto something with this whole the black producer, white boy, give him credibility, you know, off top. And so he tried a couple other routes, you know what I'm saying, as far as hooking me up with people, and there was, the chemistry just wasn't there. And then finally he asked me one night, he called me and he was like, I'm about to meet with Timberland. He's like, what do you think about that? I was like, oh, that'd be perfect, dude. I was like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Next morning, I was on a flight out to LA, and the rest was history. And I was the first artist released at Timberland, as far as it being his record label and him releasing the artist. I was the first. You was the first one. I was the first artist he ever released.
First one.
Yeah.
Overall, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so what was your personal life like at that point? Because life gets crazy, bro, when you start getting where...
I was a young country motherfucker with millions of dollars and pretty much whatever you could in a spawning drug addict, and you know what I'm saying, and just a kid, man, that just, you know, I just loved life at that time, though. You know what I'm saying? We were just...
Were you happy? I mean, were you stoked? Were you just living it up?
At that time, man, on that first album, you damn right I was.
Yeah.
You know, I was really happy, man. I was going to London and just...
Dang,
man, everything was so, like, you know, performing on Saturday Night Live, man. You know what I'm saying? Derek Jeter's the host. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shakira are the musical guests.
Okay.
You know, and I'm in the green room before I perform on Saturday Night Live, and they knock on the doors about 15 minutes before I go on. They're like, Mr. Sparks, there are 2 guests here that would just like to say hello. If they're interrupting you or disturbing you, it's fine. They can come back later. But if they could just say hello, it's Chris Rock and Jamie Foxx.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kicking it like, you know, and I'm just like, country ass boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? I don't know no other way to be. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Like I said, I didn't have a reference point of another example of somebody like me, you know, to show me how to act a different way other than just being me. Like, and it's like sometimes it's just because for lack of a understanding of any other way I could possibly act or be, I would just, fuck it, I'm just gonna be me again. I'm gonna keep being me and keep being me.
Yeah, and
sometimes
people
it served
love
me
that.
well, sometimes it was fucked up. But
well, there's a lot of parts inside of you, obviously.
No doubt.
So that's really the highs, man.
Man, that was
Did y'all
great.
perform on VMAs and stuff like that?
I never performed on the VMAs. I went to several VMAs. Like,
did you go to the one with NSYNC at it? When Eminem came out with all the different little...
No, I came into the game the year after that one.
Dang.
I tell you, when I came into the game, I was sitting right here at my first VMAs when Alicia Keys was at the VMAs playing Falling.
Beautiful.
Falling on the piano. And I remember just being like...
I can't help falling. Is that one?
Yeah. with you. Oh man,
Dude,
I was just like, I'm here. I'm in this bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I remember it was right after Chris Farley had died. I sat behind his brothers, and I sat by
God
Tim.
bless the dead, man. Chris Farley, that was my guy.
I sat by Shawshank Redemption, the guy, the prisoner. And
Which prison? Like Tim Robbins?
Tim Robbins, yeah.
What was his name in the movie?
No, that's Christopher Robbins I'm thinking of.
What
I
was-
don't know, bro.
Anyway,
Who was it?
that's a great movie, though.
That was
Anyway.
crazy. And I fell asleep when NSYNC was performing, bro. I fucking fell asleep in my seat, bro. But Nelly came by and he fucking dapped me up when he came by. That was pretty cool.
You fell asleep.
So that was a highlight. Then
That's
this is
true.
the craziest, bro.
That's hard.
Afterwards, I got invited to a threesome with these ladies, and one of them gave me some cocaine, and I got all fucking scared because I never done.
Is that
any
the story
cocaine.
you told on it was Joe Rogan or something? I watched where you were talking about like the time you were like in New York. Now you were supposed to do something the next morning.
Oh, that was with Daryl Strawberry.
Yes, you were
Oh.
interviewing Daryl Strawberry.
Man, that was a tough
That
night,
sucks,
man.
man.
Well, just
I know that feeling,
the fun part is fun, but the unfun part ain't fun.
that inside
man.
out feeling, and just knowing that you're functioning at about 36%.
Oh, I'd get so much anxiety. But I was at this threesome, but I wanted to remember it. So they had a bag of little sex toys in there. So I copped one of them on the way out, right? I snuck one. And I put it in like my belt, kind of, you know. So then I was in New York City. I went to like a little bodega to get some snack or something, a little coconut water. They had just come out with coconut water, and I tried it. And I think I got a little thing of donuts or something. But while I was in there, this little sex toy thing fell out on the floor in there, bro. And dude, it was like a migrant
There's
family,
no getting
you know.
this shit back up in the bull now.
Oh, bro, it was a Vietnamese family owned it or something, you know. And they had a little kid in there, bro, and he fucking brought it over to me. He didn't know what it was, man.
He just thought it was a toy.
Oh, and I just...
It was a toy, but
it was. It just broke the whole shit was just bad. But anyway, man. So you and I talked to about when did you start to realize that you feel like you had like some addiction issues?
I pretty much just kind of like partied. You know what I'm saying? It's like then I was in a snowmobile accident, ice fishing in Canada. It was like, real fucked up. And got prescribed I had dabbled with popping a Loratab or something, not to mention specific drugs, but you know what I'm saying?
No, it's fine, man.
Okay,
I took some Somas one time, and I drove into a driveway, and there wasn't a driveway.
Hey, them Somas ain't no joke, boy. Flexoril and Soma.
Dude, and my buddy, this gay fella, R.I.P., Billy Conforto, he was like one of the first gay prize fighters in America.
What is this?
This is Celsius something.
Gotcha. See what the thing hitting on.
And I thought, I don't know if
Tasty
you tried to
beverage.
take advantage of me or what, but whatever. Anyway, bro, so when do you start to know that you had a issue?
I was on tour with Blink 182. Shout out to boy Travis Barker. And I had been prescribed Percocets for about 6 months, and then they just cut them cold turkey. And I knew nothing about addiction or physical dependence or withdrawals, dope sleeping. I knew nothing about shit. Then shit about shit. I knew shit about shit. And I had run out, and I just think I'm just done with that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I had this process. You know what I'm saying? The bus would get into wherever we were going like that morning, and I would go in the hotel and I would sleep till like 3:00. I would get up slowly, you know what I'm saying? I'd take a shower and stuff. And then before I would leave the hotel at like 5:00, I would take I think I would take 2 pills and then like 4 shots of Patron. And that would get me like in the go be me in public and, start angling towards showtime, And I remember I obviously didn't have the pills, and I laid down trying to go to sleep like normal. 30 minutes later, I wake up sweating, just like feeling inside out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sick. This is crazy. Like I think I'm just sick, like cold or flu or something. And I'm like, oh man. And I try to lay back down. I maybe take some cold medicine, lay back down. Can't sleep. And I'm like, man, what is wrong? It's a unique feeling. This is like I've never felt this exact type of thing before. And then it hit me. Damn, it's because I ain't got no pills. Damn, am I addicted to these things? Like what? And I remember I talked to somebody, like probably my manager or somebody, and was like, "You think I'm addicted to them?" He's like, "I don't know, maybe so." You know, it's like, "Were you taking more of them than you were supposed to?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, of course." But I was just like, you know, I don't know. It was just a foreign concept to me. You know, it's just, that was definitely one of those things. Like, I had known some addicts, you know what I'm saying? Some drunks, a lot of drunks, you know what I'm saying? But
that's all they used to call them, really.
Yeah, right. And for me, I just never. Nobody ever thinks it could happen to them until it does. But I just remember being like, damn, I'm addicted to these motherfuckers. But I was moving so fast. I said, you know what? When I get to a stopping point, you know, a resting like area, I'll take care of it and get on off of them. But for now, I just need to buy them on the street. You know what I'm saying? So I started buying them on the street, real heavy. My boy Trey, Chunky Trey, shout out to Chunky Trey. He's like 7 years sober now or some shit.
Gang.
Big Steve's 15 years sober.
Wow.
I'm the only dipshit that just hadn't been able to, you know, find that willingness or whatever, like to, you know, I'm a thinker, you know what I'm saying? That can be a big fucking hindrance to recovery.
When you're creative, you create a lot of ways you can figure shit out yourself.
Buddy.
That's the same. I just got like, I think I'm like maybe 150 days maybe.
Yeah, I remember talking to you, we were both like at the same time.
We're on the same journey. I don't know if I'll have, you know, these days forever. We'll see.
Well, man. But just to
so you started having to get them like behind the scenes.
Yeah, so I was buying them on the street, and short story long, that was like in 2004, I think, and then I ended up finally going to rehab, like pretty much at the peak of Miss New Booty. You know what I'm saying? Of that, I did not enjoy that. You know, you were asking, did I enjoy the when I first came into the game, the Ugly. When Ugly was my first ever release as far as a single and my first #1 record, and that was a great time. But the Miss New Booty time, man, it was just trying to be in places, traveling around, running out of pills, just having to white knuckle it, be tough, you know what I'm saying, like, and get through, you know, just big shit, you know what I mean, and things that I should have been enjoying, you know what I'm saying? It was a huge record, you know, and just so many blessings came from it, you know, but my perception at that time was really fucked, you know what I'm saying? But I remember I had like $500,000 worth of shows over like a 2-month period, and I told my manager, Bobby, I was like, man, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I said, I can't do it anymore, man. I said, I'm about to check out of here or something. I don't know
how was it? Did it get pretty like? Because I've had I've had some times where I probably went to some strange, you know, I've been in some strange places trying to get some cocaine.
You know what it was for me? Getting chumped by people, like meaning like I got the #1 song in the world at this time, and these motherfuckers got me sitting at this bowling alley for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I can't be a punk ass motherfucker but so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way my account is set up.
Oh, I want to do that's hilarious the way my account is set up. I want to do what I want to do, man. That's all I've always been that way.
But
have you always been
just to
that
know
way?
that somebody, that they on the phone laughing to their homeboys talking about, man, I got him sitting up here at this bowling alley. Man, this shit crazy. You know, that kind of shit. And I'm just like,
do you mean waiting for drugs?
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, they're like, give you the money, and then they gonna ride up whatever, and I'm sitting there for 6 hours on a Saturday and probably missing some shit that I'm supposed to be, you know what I mean? And I just couldn't, I couldn't do it anymore, you know what I'm saying? And then just tired of being dope sick, man. Like, you know, that was the deal at that time, you know what I'm saying, was the opiates, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't go down the same street, you know what I'm saying, like multiple times very often, you know what I'm saying, as far as that goes. But I would have never, at that time, I could have never seen there being a day, 6-hour period where I didn't use like some type of opiate at that time. And I thought I would never be able to get beyond that, you know, and I did, you know, and Suboxone's a part of my journey, you know what I'm saying. I can say that's the only way I was able to stop and stay stopped as far as, and people say like, you just traded one addiction for another. Yes and no, because the difference is if I'm out here taking Roxy's and Oxycontin and whatever else, especially this fentanyl world that's going down out here now, that's a whole different level. But when you take Suboxone, you can take 4 milligrams a day. This is just my experience now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner on anything. You know what I'm saying? My opinion in 250 will get you Coca-Cola. But
man, you sound like Riff Raff, bro. Y'all got some of the same thing, man. It's real interesting.
Man, you know, I ain't never met Riff Raff, man, but I know it's just certain people you just know you fuck with them. You know what I'm saying?
He's a special guy, man. He's cool. He's real creative too.
Nah, man, I seen him that shit he did with the tennis racket that time, man. Some of the most unbelievable shit I ever seen, man.
He's a deep dude.
And we got several mutual, you know, but anyway, so, but you know, your tolerance doesn't go up on the Suboxone. You can take the same amount and it's never gonna, your tolerance is never gonna like, you know, force you to take more. Whereas, you know, when you taking the other stuff, like, your tolerance is just going to slowly build and build.
I've always wanted to do methadone. I've never done it.
Yeah, I've taken some methadone, but not as like a solution, but just as that's all you got. But yeah, so and
but did you think? So a lot of times, like I've been in and out of the program for maybe 6 years, right?
6 years. I've been in and out since 2007. So what's that? 15.
And I never thought I had this problem. I thought everything was pretty normal in my life, you know, and it came on really later in my, you know, I thought for me. But when people came in with opiate addiction, I always thought, to me, it seemed like you had people that were real alcoholics that were in there. But then some people just got so, like somebody goes in because they hurt their back. That's not a person that's, and then they get, I mean, people were getting so addicted to opiates.
Your mind doesn't know the difference is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's just like, I know people, my old sponsor, shout out to Stephen K down on LaGrange, but he was like, I ain't taking nothing. He said, I don't care what happens to me. I ain't taking no pain medication. He said, 'cause my brain's not going to know the difference. You know what I'm saying? That shit gets in my system. It's going to do what it does. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the reason, being righteous or you know, it being prescribed by a doctor or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He was
feel like they made a cheat code when they made opiates, though. When they made like some of these opiates, it feels like these companies, I mean, it's like they made so many more people addicts that were.
Oh man, you can't tell me it was. And I could break it down even on a more freakier level, man. It's just like, it's very interesting to me that 2000 up to say 2008, there were pain pills everywhere, and you could there's about 3 or 4 cities in America you could get heroin in, port cities type stuff, like you know New York, L.A., maybe Baltimore, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just couldn't get heroin in a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? And I would know, you know, especially like anything that was actually anywhere close to resembling actual real heroin. And then, I don't know, we go fight a war, you know what I'm saying, in the Golden Triangle, or where the poppy fields, the most poppy fields are in the whole world. And I'm not saying that's the only reason that war took place or there's a primary reason, but here, fast forward to now, hell, it's damn difficult to get a pain pill. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, parents of kids that had overdosed and died started going to Congress, you know, started basically letting their presence be felt and letting their, you know, feelings be felt, you know, and voicing, you know, their angst and sorrow, you know, and I think some pressure was applied, you know what I'm saying, as far as the pain pills to tighten up on that. But then now, here comes this fentanyl shit. But even before that, I mean, they got selling heroin in Huntsville, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's all over the place. But the pills were cleaned up to a large measure. You know what I'm saying? But
It almost
and
makes
it's just
you,
interesting. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean,
I wouldn't be
Coinky Dink.
shocked if our government is selling our own drugs to us. I wouldn't, or somebody is. Some
Or
bigger
it
picture.
may not. Who knows who it could be? Like, it could be some corporation that just has that much pull, and they just funded this one campaign of this one person who has influence. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can only speculate because they damn sure don't invite me to the meetings
Yeah.
of whatever kind of shit
Yeah, I
they're
don't
running.
haven't got even an email.
Yeah, for real. And so I don't know, but those things, what Arsenio Hall used to say, things that make you go, Yeah.
I got to go on his show one time. That was a real highlight for me.
Man, that would have been the shit.
When his show
man.
came back on, that was the first show I ever got to do stand-up comedy on, was Arsenio.
Arsenio, man, that was so epic when I was young.
Dude, it was huge, man. And then in Living Color, bro.
Yeah, Living Color. I used to watch Johnny Carson too. I actually remember watching Johnny Carson.
Wow.
And I remember when Jay Leno took over for him, and I actually ended up doing the Jay Leno show.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jay Leno used to do the Cool Ranch Dorito commercials. But yeah, man, David Letterman did man, what a blessed journey, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you've gotten to have so many unique experiences, especially for, somebody from...
Not bad for a farmer with a pitchfork, huh?
Not bad at all.
Man, my old high school football coach used to say, guys, you don't have to take a back seat to anybody. Rest in peace, Jim Holly. And that's something that just stuck with me through life. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I feel overwhelmed or feel like, I'm not worthy of this, no, you don't have to take a back seat to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anything or anybody. You know what I'm saying? You worked hard to get here just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you put your socks on one leg at a time just like everybody else. I take shits, they take shits. I fart, they fart, I like chalupas. They may or may not.
They may or may not. Yeah, sometimes I think my thing I struggle with sometimes, I struggle with a lot of stuff, but I really struggle with, I think, like making, like what other people think of me.
Yeah.
That's always been really hard. I think
anybody that says that they don't is either just not cursed with any self-awareness, and some people are just like that. Sometimes the biggest stars they don't have self-awareness. They don't.
Right, so they're not even thinking about the beginning.
About how are people perceiving them? You know what I'm saying? It's like
it'd be a blessing.
Yeah,
and
it would be a curse and a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is with everything. But
yeah, I wish that didn't. Because here's what I wish: I had a little bit more of my own. I wish I'd had a bit more somebody helping me build my own self-worth when I was young. So I had a little bit more.
It just wasn't a part of the culture of growing up, like
yeah, but
that.
some people got it because they're, somebody told. I just feel like some people got it. I'm not like having a pity party.
No, I understand.
I just wish that I had a little more.
That's the reason, and it's tragic that you don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? It's tragic that I don't have. I know a lot of, and that's what we talk about, like that gap between males and females that keeps getting wider and wider. You know what I mean? Like in the way that we connect with one another, it just, what's your cash app? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gotten a lot more like just out front transactional, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? And so since I got divorced in 2019, I haven't seriously dated anybody because I don't know how to fucking date in this world, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm saying like we're over 40, you know what I'm saying? And so like,
bro,
I mean, like I just know a lot,
man. We gotta get a fucking kid, bro.
I know a lot of real deal men that need to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I would like to know what a child with my stuff. And I love my parents, man. This isn't they did the best they could with what they were equipped with. You know what I'm saying? What they'd been given, and they did a great job because, I've done a lot of things, and they're a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And they loved me. But as far as just like believing in a child and like giving him the freedom to really like express himself and encouraging him, you know what I mean? Like, and still being stern, you know what I'm saying? And being a disciplinarian, but just, not discouraging dreams and, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they were just trying to protect me.
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? By discouraging dreams, by saying, that's just silly foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to, have a different plan. You know what I'm saying? You need to have a practical plan, one that's realistic. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to, but I know now that all that's bullshit. That's programming. You know what I'm saying? That's fear-based programming, and we can do a lot in this world. You know it. You're evidence of it. And so for us to have children and be able to just and it might go all, awry.
Right, it might
You know
go
what I'm
awry.
saying? Like, because there's some craziness to the way we're wired too. You know what I'm saying? And they might a little too much love and not quite enough rigid upbringing might make it where they just go be hellions or something.
Right, we might go the other way.
Yeah, but I just know a lot of men that Polo the Don, Cliff Kingsbury, friends of mine that over 40 and don't have kids.
Cliff that coaches Cardinals?
Yeah, that's my boy,
Oh,
man.
yeah, really?
Shout out to Cliff,
Yeah,
man.
dude, Cliff is a king,
We got to be real cool when he was coaching at Texas Tech before he got that job, man. And that's a great fellow right there, man.
He seems real cool, man.
He's
We
a
just
stand-up
kind
guy, man. I'm telling you, in every area. I think Cliff Kingsbury should run for president, honestly.
Gang, bro.
I mean, he's just that kind of guy. Like, man, he can just relate to anybody. He's a principled guy. His principles don't get compromised for anything. You know what I'm saying? He stands on what he stands for. And, and I'm just using him as an example. Like, Polo the Don, great guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a brother of mine, like not friend, but a brother, super producer, produced 32, 33 number one records. We don't have kids. I don't have kids. You don't have kids. It's just, that was almost unheard of, like in the 1950s or whatever. You had
having kids was the only thing you did. I worry sometimes that, honestly, I think I worry that if I did have kids, that there would be I'd somehow do the same thing. I think there's probably some fear of that.
My girlfriend was pregnant at one time. This is like 2006. Yeah, like right around that same new booty time when everything was coming to a head. And she had a miscarriage at, I think it was like 4 months. And just in those 4 months, when I know the way I felt thinking I was getting ready to be a father, man, it's a different feeling, man. Like, it's like I got to get my shit together because I can let myself down, you know what I'm saying? But I can't let a mini me down, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get it right, get it tight for this little joker right here, you know what I'm saying? I can't be playing about another life that's, and I can only imagine a child being born and looking at that child and seeing yourself in it. Like some physical thing, your eyes or something. Just I can only imagine how that would feel. And I never thought I wouldn't have kids. But I was kind of careful back in the quote-unquote heyday because I had so many friends that had multiple baby mamas and everybody's life was just miserable when that was the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, 3 baby mamas and, they got 2 other baby dad. You know what I'm saying? And it's
everybody,
it's not good on the
child. It's like Red Rover at Thanksgiving, So
I didn't want that. I didn't want to be a part of perpetuating that type of deal. And so I was, and then God bless my ex-wife. I think maybe with us, just by the time we actually got married, maybe we were already kind of coming unraveled. And it just, spiritually, it just never lined up the right way.
You think it'll still happen? Do you think
I haven't given
it?
up. And I'm not too thrilled about the prospects of being 86 years old at my child's high school graduation. But,
my dad was 70 when I was born, which is crazy, man.
Pops. That's what's up.
I only say that just because I keep finding myself talking to guys who are, we getting older and we don't have any children yet. So I used to think my dad was crazy, and I'm like, damn, if I could beat him by 10 years.
You think it was just because we were just dream chasing, man?
That's a good point, man. You know what? Dream chase, it was like other things to me seemed boring, bro.
Right.
It was like, I could go have a family. Somebody had me and they ain't doing shit out here. I could go fucking do that in a half hour if I want.
That's right. I felt that
I wanted I wanted to what can I do?
I just did not. I was scared to death of being in my 20s or something and feeling like my whole life was planned out. So I'm going to do this for 46 years and then retire. Oh my God. Hey, much respect to anybody that works like that because I'm not cut out for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Right. I'm not saying, I'm not saying it was horrible. I'm just saying I could not have done that.
It was not for me. You know what I mean? It just was not. I would have, if I didn't have creativity, this outlet of creativity that I have with writing, recording music and stuff, I would have probably already checked out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's that vital to me. And so just to be able to live that way, you know what I'm saying, and make a living that way, crucial. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I always tell people, man, I'm going to be 90 years old rapping. fuck. I don't give a fuck what you like or don't like what you say about me. You know, oh, you old. Who cares? Like, still don't make more money than you ever gonna make your whole life. But sorry, I had to.
Look good. A lot of people never get a chance to make millions of dollars.
But my point is this: is like, it's not a job. It's not a hobby. It's not like it's at the core of who I am. It's a function of my spirit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's I remember Jay-Z had a line where he said, "Get a grip, bitch. This is how I get through life." You know, but how I get through life and how I always related to that is this. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know, this was man, it's just been so special. Like this art form, you know. Shout out to those people, you know, the black and brown people in the Bronx, New York in the 70s that, you know, were doing what they was doing and living the way they was living, and that all that formed this perfect storm that, you know, that this music and this art form, I mean, in this culture, you know, sprung from. Man, I'm so grateful. It found me, you know, on a dirt road 20 minutes north of LaGrange, Georgia. And
it's kind of wild, huh?
Changed my life, man. Like, you know, so I honor that at every turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing I put ahead of. I think hip hop is a religion. I mean, aside from like the quote unquote traditional religions, name something that's brought more people together from different walks of life worldwide. Man, it's had quite the impact on this globe, man. You know, and
music has.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, but especially hip hop, because like I said, it's hip hop unified. You know, maybe it was just part of the timing of like when hip hop kind of exploded, you know, onto the scene. But man, like, there's just a lot of, like I said, a lot of racist hearts, potentially racist hearts that could have developed into, you know, being exactly what their parents and their grandparents, you know, and going on back down the line were in the way they thought, you know what I'm saying? But I know people, you know, that like I said, it might just be that one thing they could hang their hat on. Like, man, but I love Outkast so much, you know what I'm saying?
I want to be racist, but damn, man.
Like, yeah, because the lesson to be learned is,
the 3-6 Mafia that shakes me up.
1,000%. Like, and the lesson to be learned is, you know what? We're all human. You know what I'm saying? So we all have flaws, and you can't, them sweeping indictments and broad ass generalizations, you know what I'm saying? Trying to lump everybody that looks a certain way into any kind of, you know, like bowl that just says all those people are just like this. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
There's no fruit on that tree.
I wish you could. It would definitely make things easier.
Yeah, but you know, I just don't. You know, I have brothers that look a lot of different ways. Charlie's my brother. He's a black guy. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of black brothers. You know what I'm saying? I got some white brothers too. You know what I'm saying? I got some Mexican, Puerto Rican brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, a brother to me is someone that shares the same ideals and principles that I have, that I try to live by.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I got this new fitness guy, or this athletic coach, man, this black guy, and I love being around the dude, bro.
Yeah, energy, man.
He inspires
you.
me up. He inspires me. And he's like one of the best fitness coaches.
That's what a trainer's got to be too, man. He got to make you just want to be there, like to be near it and just get in the thick of the shit with it.
Yeah, he does that, but it's on like even more of just like I don't know,
life in general.
Yeah, it's like, man, it makes me. I feel inspired by him.
That's
you
awesome,
know?
Man. That's great, man. I love being inspired. Like that's really
being inspired. Bro.
That's my drug. That's my true drug. That's the reason I would ever do drugs, or you know what I'm saying, like, because if I'm inspired, there's not much I couldn't do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm inspired, I really feel like I could have been president or something. Like, but if I'm not inspired, you might want to get somebody else to help you carry the groceries in from the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty useless.
So going through, do you feel like that having an addiction and struggling with it, that it had an effect on your career? Do you feel like your career has played out just kind of how it has?
It 100%, because first of all, right after New Booty, and after that
because that was a top one. That was like
that was a #1 record, man. Like my Wikipedia, there's some
I didn't even look at your Wikipedia.
Well, I've tried to change stuff on there, man. Like they change it back. It's just crazy.
Oh, they're fucking. That's a mafia, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, and I'm not fucking 5'9" either. And take that ugly ass picture off of there,
bro. My picture's horrible, bro. Bring my shit
it's
up,
the
bro.
worst. Look at my Wikipedia, dude. I don't look like
let Charlie
that.
decide who ugly.
You know what I said?
Uglier.
Whoever controls the gates of my page, I must have fucked their girlfriend or something at some point. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Who's the bad? Both of us got a bad.
Look at this picture. Look at that right down on the right.
Oh, damn, bro.
Click on it. Oh, my God.
Dude, you look like a hitman at a Asian restaurant, bro. Damn, bro.
Vladimir.
Yeah. You look like a
But like
Russian.
I'm in America trying to kind of dress cool, but like it's like flea market shit. Like,
Now bring mine out there. My shit looks horrible too, bro. I look like I've been struggling, man. Damn, my shit fucking look bad. Damn, look at me. I look fucking retarded, bro.
it just don't look like you.
I look mentally retarded, bro. No offense if anybody's retarded, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Shout
I
out
am
retarded.
sometimes.
Me
But-
too.
Do you remember when you took that picture?
I just remember. I look damn cross-eyed. I look something wrong with me.
I wonder how old that picture was.
It's probably 6 years ago.
Shit, I mean that picture of me. That's the fucked up part about it.
Those guys would beat on that.
You got a nice outfit on.
2005. Yeah, but like you always say, like he's like, don't ever shave your fucking beard again. Like that's what people say. I'm like, well, somebody should have told me that a little earlier in this process. There's a lot of pictures out there. I mean, but anyway, and I had this egghead. Like I used to have this. I would be lazy and not want to go to the like real barber. I'm big on haircuts and shit now, but I just shaved my own head off. You know, like down to the scalp.
Just doing whatever. Yeah, I cut my hair for like probably 32 years, man.
Yeah, man. That's but
Or
it's,
whenever I could, so probably only about 16 years.
But man, you don't look bad there. I feel like I look bad, but I feel like right there you just don't look like you. It just didn't. That doesn't even look like you.
Yeah, I went through a period. I was trying to fit in Hollywood and look more clean cut.
Yeah, you look like you know what you look like? You look like Dane Cook's like little brother, out of shape brother or something like.
Yeah, like Shane Cook.
Shane Cook.
Now he look like dude daddy.
Who?
Blow Move. Johnny Depp daddy.
He don't look like Ray Liotta.
Man, right there on that part right there.
Oh, I could maybe see
Yeah, I seen like the younger, like Goodfellas Ray Liotta. I can kind of see that.
Yeah, kind of good.
Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. By the way.
I know. Nobody even cared that he died, bro.
That's just the world we fucking live in, man.
Nobody even cared. These days, nobody. It's like it used to be. Like, man,
It's just like even a hit song now, man. It's like, you
Don't
know,
matter.
it goes up to, it's like you get a week, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody's on to something else.
Well,
you know?
dude, I remember we went camping one time when I was a kid with like a Boy Scouts or somebody. I don't know. Could have just been a damn pedophile, bro.
Oh, Lord.
But we was out
Lord
there.
have mercy.
And I told everybody before we left, I said, Jay Leno died. And they didn't have any social media. And so everybody the whole weekend was like, damn, Jay Leno died, man. And people were talking about it. Some kid's dad was even crying about it. And then we got back and everybody's like, this motherfucker lied, bro. But nobody knew for 3 days. But it was like,
wow. What's the point of doing that? Like,
I think I wanted to create some ambiance or something,
okay,
you know? And
you want to create some like what do you call it? Like not nostalgia, but like morale. Like everybody.
yeah, we're in this, huh?
yeah,
Let's do it for
yeah,
Jay, huh?
yeah.
And but I don't know what I was even talking about. But
that's dope, though.
so take me through. Yeah, so let's just. So I want to be able to relate. A lot of our audience struggles with addiction and just
Right.
different things. That's a lot of our audience. A lot of people do nowadays.
No doubt.
They were saying the other day, 70% of adults in America are on one medication, or at least one medication. So what effects did you feel like it had on you as you started
all right,
to
so here's
realize?
the deal. All right, so when I first went to rehab and I got out, like that was the height of my career. You know what I'm saying? I just,
How hard was it to be in rehab while your career was going? Well, I mean, at the height.
That's the time when I was like trying to fuck everything that with a vagina and breasts and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying. So I was kind of on that tip. Like I remember like, but that's when I got over being a homophobe, because there were a lot of people. I kind of went down there on some arrogant stuff. I'm withdrawing and I'm like, yeah, I heard y'all like to make people room with gay people too. Put me in no room with no gay.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm from I'm from the South, man. Like I'm a pretty enlightened guy, but I I'd never been around any gay people, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. I
You know
remember
what I'm
we wasn't
saying?
around any gays until
You know,
later.
and so we fear what we don't, what we haven't been exposed to, what we don't understand, what just a certain like presentation and depiction of something that we receive. And, and one of the, coolest, a couple of cool cats that I was in treatment with were gay, man. And they, some of the best people I've ever known to this day.
Yeah.
And it just, what I'm saying? It's like, I was always so focused on black folks and white folks because that's really what I was, in the mud with, you know what I'm saying? And so, but then I could be judgmental in some other way to some other group of people. It was just so flawed me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm being around that experience and meeting those guys and then countless other gay folks since then that I've had the pleasure of knowing, I'm just not fucked up with it. I don't care. As long as you don't harm children, elderly people, mentally handicapped people, animals, or just people that can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not really judging a lot in this world, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what the hell you've been through, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's like inside your head and what your experiences have shaped you into becoming, you know what I'm saying? So, but there's just certain lines you can't cross, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is.
I feel that with you,
If you do,
man.
we got to get you out of here, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't be messing with children and, you just can't be, just recklessly just pillaging humanity, helpless humanity. But so after
So you went to the rehab.
yeah, I blamed the music industry and music so I went 2 years without doing music. I didn't really go to the studio one day. I was going to NA meetings. I was going to 12-step recovery meetings, and
Were you getting better?
yeah, I was, but at the same time, I wasn't. I was pretty much just. I had some pretty
Resentments.
good. At that time, I had some pretty good recovery. But you know what it was, man? I just wasn't. I was just sitting there, and it got to a point where I started going to do shows, and it was kind of tormenting, like going in these clubs and just not being that atmosphere of recovery internally. It just got weaker and weaker and weaker, but it got to the point where clean and sober, like I really wanted to check out of here, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess I just hadn't stuck around long enough for that, spiritual change to happen or whatever, even though it was, a long time, you know what I'm saying? Over a year. And, I don't know. It just was really, really excruciating, and I was just white knuckling it. And finally, I had it was either pick up a pistol or pick up a drink,
Damn.
And, but I can say that, like, I then the next time it was like drinking really became an issue. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go back to the pills or anything like that, but being an addict, like, I'll make anything enough if that's all there is. You know what I'm saying? Or if I've got myself convinced that that's all, all that I can allow myself to do. I can make anything, literally, like sex. Like any external thing, man. Like if I like something, I'm probably gonna do it till it makes me sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I can do that. I can totally relate to that, man. I will find anything to take me out of the present moment, to kind of take me away from having
the
to just,
McRibs are back for a month. I'm just gonna eat them until I vomit McRib every, what I'm saying, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like oh man, if you had that new this or that, this new thing Taco Bell's got, I'm gonna go. If I like it, I'm just gonna eat it until I hate it.
Yeah.
A person, a woman, like, come here. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we hate each other because we're toxic and, we're like, we're around each other too much. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like we melt into each other and you've lost perspective on who you are as a person, because I just wanted to just gimme, you know what I'm saying? Fill up this hole inside of me, and as I've learned, that hole can only be filled with, the spiritual component, really. Like, and that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But, because really I think all we want is peace, I just want some peace, man. At this point, I don't know. I know that I have given a lot to my addiction. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I lost it to my addiction. I say, I volunteered, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, but at the same time, like I couldn't just, because it's been what it's been, I couldn't imagine it any other way. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You know, my best friend Big Steve always says that, you know, when he went into rehab the first time, and he went to rehab one time and he's been sober, so 06, so 16 years. I mean, he works in recovery.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. And he quit playing football and, you know, and started a whole new life. And he says, if I kept playing, if I hadn't just like abruptly just started a whole new chapter, he said, I wouldn't have been able to stay sober. You know, but me, because it's not like Brett Favre, your body starts letting you down and you age out of, you know, making music.
Right, you're still in it.
Yeah. And so like, you know, I kept going, you know, it's just like, I don't know what else to do. It's like, you know, it's just so, it's ingrained in me, man. It's just like I said, a function of my spirit. And so then you start going back to other parts, you know, of it as far as like doing, because the studio I can handle, but it's that road, man.
It's hard.
Yeah, that road is what's going to ultimately always take me back to drinking and, you know, then ultimately some type of drug or whatever.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the toughest things, man. I was in so much pain. I remember sitting in my garage one day and saying, man, I wasn't even doing anything. I was just sick of myself.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I am literally sick of myself.
Man, I love
all
myself.
I could think about was myself, and it was it was just like, I don't know what it was, man.
I'm in awe of how great I can be, like how amazing I can be.
Yeah.
And then I'm in awe of the piece of shit that I can be as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's crazy, man. I know other people must be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Because like, you know, because the people closest to me have been experiencing it just like I have. But even me, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because the only thing I've ever been consistent at is being inconsistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, man. It's just something within me. It's like, I had a therapist, shout out to Richard Lee Nielsen in Atlanta. He said, he called it the saboteur. You know what I'm saying? Like this, there's just something in, he said, there's a part of you, you know, inside of you that just wants you to be unhappy. There's a part of you that wants you to be unhappy. So like, that's like the self-destruct mechanism. Like things are going great. You know what I'm saying? Met this new girl, you know, got this new situation, whatever. Things are going great. Ooh, things are going great. I need to fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's not a conscious thing. You know,
It's not even a conscious thing. That's what's amazing sometimes, is I got this little motherfucker inside of me that wants to, you know.
He just likes to get it riled back up.
Yes.
Theo, like,
it's the same reason why I told people Jay Leno died, man. It really is, bro.
man told everybody Jay Leno died.
But
Damn.
it really is. It's because something inside of me, I need something to be messed up. Because it's I feel,
I gotta have somebody to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, or an idea that I'm fighting. Like, if I don't have that, I'm pretty much useless. Like, I gotta have that edge. You know what I'm saying? Something to light that fire. You know what I'm saying? And I've made up stuff and tricked myself into thinking shit or whatever. Like, just to come on, let's get going. But yeah, that's crazy, man.
But it's funny because it might be just, this is exactly the way that's why a lot of times I believe I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, because even if I behave that way, that's the same way I behave that got me to where.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? I think about that all the time too. It's like that it serves us and it destroys us too. Like, it's like balance, I think, is the thing that if we have like an ultimate purpose as far as internally, what I feel like we're supposed to accomplish while we're here is to learn some balance. You know what I'm saying? Like in some discipline, you know, like they say, we're going to suffer pain. It's either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And I've suffered the pain of discipline at times, and I reap the benefits. And I've not been disciplined at times, you know, and
I've reaped the
unavoidably, the pain of regret, man.
Yeah. It's hard, man. It's also hard, you know. It's not also like it's easy, but man, I can just totally relate.
You know, and nobody's got, like, everybody is saddled with something. You know what I'm saying? So just because a person doesn't have the same issues that I have, and that's you know, that's true humility. You know what I'm saying? Is that self-awareness of understanding that You know, I used to think humility was like acting inferior when you really thought you were superior, like being sheepish, like, oh no, this whole thing, you know, or just whatever. Like, no, I'm not cute, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Just not taking compliments well, all that kind of shit. Like, that's being humble to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I've come to learn, you know, as I've grown and experienced life, that humility is more like just kind of like a true understanding of self. Like, I got some good qualities about me. You know what I'm saying? I got some good shit going on, man. But I also got some fucked up shit like that I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the process with it, with working on those things.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with where I'm at. And I understand that I'm no better or worse than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? People just some people don't ever identify their strengths, you know, or you know, it doesn't register with them that, dang, this is how I can benefit from my strengths. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can make a living or help others or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so they just never turn them up or like shine that light on them and get them all the way, you know, hitting on all cylinders. But, you know, I've just been in instances where other people, you know, like I'm good in a social setting, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a cocktail party superstar, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just I can shoot the shit with anybody, man. I get that from my pops, man. And so people that aren't good in those types of settings, that aren't like personable people like that, I used to kind of maybe like look down on them a little bit, like, oh man, you just ain't fly with it like me, you know what I'm saying? Like, until I was in a situation, I'm not gonna speak on what the situation exactly entailed, but where I was completely lost. And a person that maybe I looked down on because they didn't have the social, quote unquote, social skills that I had, was in their element, and it saved my ass big time. You know what I'm saying? And that just further like hammered that point home. Like, we all got some shit that we're good at. You know what I'm saying? We all got some shit we need to work on, man. We're all humans, you know. And
we're all gonna need each other.
Yeah, I mean, I promise you we are, man.
I know.
I promise you, you know what I'm saying? It's just like anytime, whatever group that you say, you know, like, they're the problem, I promise you, you're going to be in a situation where you need somebody from that group. I promise you, I've seen it too many times. I mean, that's just the way the universe sorts shit out, or God sorts things out, like however you want to look at that, you know, but I've seen it pop up repeatedly in my life, and just, you know, other people that wanted to be judgmental, you know, because it makes us feel better to some degree to be able to just blame other people for, you know, something that's not going right, you know, in our own lives. But, you know, it's bullshit. Life just gonna life, man.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like you said in the beginning, like if you could look at life through a whole spectrum of time, it's unfortunate we're only able to see life a lot of times,
Right.
or a lot of us are, just as right now. We're not able to see the past 3,000 years. We're not able to see it
It's
all.
always right now.
Right. And if we could if we could really spin life like this and look at the spectrum of things,
man.
it would give us all a unique perspective. And maybe that's the perspective that's coming along in the future, like you were saying.
Yeah, because I think even like when I was talking about like visiting battlefields of old battles and stuff, I think there's obviously becomes like a sicko element to it. They just go back and just like, they're just there with like this hot chick or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take this broad out to the Ying dynasty or something.
Now this Joker's gonna figure out, not even that though, but like people going back in time, like
jerking off.
Yeah, type shit.
Oh. Dang, bro. That's gonna be sad, man.
But that's just humans, man.
But you're gonna have some dude going back.
The ultimate beauty, humans, we encompass the ultimate beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the ultimate fucking ugliness, man. It's like, you know, our greatest gift is probably like if you were some like evolved like alien species, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at us, you'd be so envious of the fact that we can feel the way we feel. Because if you'd evolved to a
so
point
far
where
you can't even feel.
Yeah, you don't have, there's no love, there's no emotion in you. It's all just like logic and survival. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, imagine an alien comes back just to see like a mother hug a child.
Yeah. Or to see somebody crying because their girlfriend broke up with them.
Yeah, and they can't even have tears
and
anymore.
They've actually evolved into just being one gender, and they like spawn every spring, and that's how the gene pool, like that's how the new
booty,
new people come. Yeah, like, so there's no, it's just one gender. Like, it evolved into that.